Good morning, Pete. How you doing, brother? Let me get the poll question up for everybody. I say that the government is spending too much money. They have to start paying attention to costs. And that is Perry Johnson's 2 cents on the economy. For your 2 cents, go to Perry Johnson 2 cents. Enjoy this.
You're walking shopping on your favorite trail. You get that feeling somebody's coming up on you. What do you do? For some reason, it's not letting me get the poll question up. What the fuck just happened? As a certified
Thing yesterday.
Are available. Learn today to have a safer tomorrow. WarriorDetectives.com.
Hey, Arnold here from Coweta Force. Coweta Force is Newman's own addiction recovery support center. We exist to provide recovery support services for individuals and family members who have been impacted by addiction. Our services are no cost, and all of our information is available on our website at www.cowetaforce.org.
Good morning. Trying to get the poll question up. For some reason, my phone does not want to cooperate with me.
Insurance and life insurance, look no further than CP Financial. Meet Charmaine, your trusted agent. Charmaine works with multiple companies, ensuring you get the options tailored just for you. Why settle for less when you can have the best? 706-525-5931 and speak to Charmaine, CP Financial top local sales agent. Your peace of mind is just a call away.
Wishbone Fried Chicken is back at a brand new location, 31 Jackson Street, Suite A here in Newnan. Same great taste, the best chicken around. Fish dinners, open Monday through Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's Wishbone Fried Chicken, right next door to their former location.
Trying to make it simple. If it
best chicken around. So, 31.
There you go.
Suite A here in Newnan.
When you hear music to the lyrics speak to you on a deeper level, I'm Bruce Thornton. Join me and Donna Wood every Friday morning at 10:30 a.m. on WQEE 99.1 FM, the key for our show, Lyrical Wisdom, every week.
Wow.
The lyrics of songs and uncover hidden messages that we hope believe.
This poll really is not letting me do it. I don't know what's going on with my computer this morning.
Email us with ideas for songs at lyricalwisdomshow@gmail.com. That's lyricalwisdomshow@gmail.com. Let's share some wisdom together.
There we go.
Sports fans, it's Ron Peterson here, host of the Ron Peterson Show, inviting you to join us daily for 2 hours of Atlanta's funnest sports talk right here on WQEE.
It sure would be nice if this thing would work.
You'll like it because we make the listeners a part of the show. Every day between noon and 2 p.m. Eastern, you'll hear plenty of the best sports talk, including the latest on the Falcons, the Braves, and more. And who knows, you might even hear...
Good morning, everybody. Sorry about that. There's something going on.
This is the Make a Difference Minute. Are you building your dream home, or have you decided to stay in your current home and remodel? Either way, we all know that kitchens and baths are smart investments when it comes to the value and livability of our homes, regardless of the project size or quality.
I appreciate you being with us, guys, and waiting for me to get this poll question if I don't understand why it's taking so long. It's a simple poll question.
A big part of this service is dealing with people that understand their products.
All right. Good morning.
That you can rely on.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Andy. I appreciate it. One and only Nicole, good morning to you. You were probably picking. I appreciate that.
Of course, they are the go-to for all of the kids.
No, I've been a man all along, Tony, but yeah, you can pick or whatever. It's not going to be offensive to me. I don't care.
Large selection with the small.
I'm not one of those crybabies on here. They care either way. I don't believe that lizard people are real. Elections are stolen, or that you can transform into something. So,
On this Make a Difference minute, I have Kane Walker.
yeah, dude, I grew up with D-Generation X. So, RW SmackDown. Yes, brother, we do like WWE here. Tony's like, I'm going to stay around a while. This guy's freaking cool. He let me pick on him and didn't cry. Like all them other wusses out there on the internet. I do, RW SmackDown. What's up? Back to the Future. Why not? Says
Yeah, that's going to be our poll question. We got sports and our movie reviews today coming up for you.
Thanks to the wonderful staff at Leon Elementary School. They have a great response team that responded out.
That's right, Kristen. You are right. You are right. I am a man, so. No, not a crack fiend like you probably. You're going to sit there like, I'm a common crack fiender. How old are you? That's all right, Tony. I know you're joking, man. No, I'm not. Tony says crack rules. You're in trouble now. He's going to F with you. Go get him. Go get him.
Also encourage you to follow
No, if a crack was a person that probably looked like you, man. How old are you? Are you 39 years old for acting like a 12-year-old while all the adults are in here? Look, this guy, Tony can pick on you. Well, Tony's funny. You're 12? Really? Well, I'm not going to pick on you then. I figured since you're 12, you probably would act a little bit more adult. Thank you, Chris. It's that time again, ladies and gentlemen. What's going on? We appreciate you being with us. Let's kick it off. Nah, I'm not going to pick on you. It's RyanORadio Penitentiary. I'm your host of those, the one, the only Neal, of course. Oh, heck yeah, I'm the game. What's up, everybody? 50,000 plus of you worldwide on the Shoutcast, shout it out loud, across the RyanORadio media page. When it's after done, guess what? 300 people download my show 5 minutes after it's over. Plus, we're all over the Navajo Nation. Earth Rock Radio. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. New Mexico, Arizona, and the Navajo Nation. No, I'm not drunk, but, you know. You can say what you want, RW. You're cool. You're a wrestling fan. Shout out to the crack man there, the 12-year-old who wants to be a crack addict. And to everybody tuning in, we appreciate you. To the RyanORadio Penitentiary all over 99.1 FM, WQEE the key. And, of course, all over. Yeah, the mic is plugged in, buddy. It's all over the world. Whether they like it or not, like Troy Boy, the mic is in, and I am the man around here. Yes, see, Tony's going to be in here messing with us. Thank you, Tony. I appreciate you, my brother. Anybody who's got a problem with Tony picking around is there. Also, our friend RW Smackdown is in the house. The one and only Nicole is with us again. Thank you, Nicole. And, of course, we've got Kristen saying, I love your spark. Thank you, Kristen. I appreciate it. And we got someone who says he's 12. I don't know if he's 12 because they're blocked on here. But if he is 12, here is that in like a throwing a hissy fit, making up lies. We had a guy says, I'm 39 years old. Let me tell you, we had a guy say he was 39 years old. He's 39 years old. I'm 39 years old and I act like I'm 12. Oh, man. No, Tony, unfortunately, I can't do that because then I got to talk into the mic. But I know you watched that in some movie and they did that, right? Adam Sandler did that in a movie. I know what you're probably saying. He's Troy Boy. It is, my friend. Sorry for hurting your feelings. And good morning to our good friend, Pete, all over the area and all over the metro Atlanta area of Noonan. We appreciate you for being with us. All right. We got a good question this morning. Oh, yeah. Put it in my mouth. No, I can't do that. Tony's messing with me this morning. I like it. He's probably one of those He's probably one of those people like, I'm gonna mess with him and see how far it goes, and he's gonna let me cut up. And all the other whiners on the internet are like, you hurt my feelings. And he's like, this dude's funny. He's letting me say what I want to say in it. All right, what would you like to see Back to the Future? Would you like to see another Back to the Future movie, guys? 55% of you say yes, 27% of you say no, 9% say maybe, and 9% say never. That's our poll question this morning because we've got Shane B joining us in the final period. We talked about last week, Civil War. It took the number one spot again this week and everything. So we appreciate that. We're going to talk top 10 movies, what hot, what not, what DC movies he's into, what DC shows and Marvel shows are coming out. You're not going to get banned here, brother. I'm not, you're too funny, man. I like you, man. When you said your name was Tony, I was like, hey, every Tony I've ever met, except for one in my life, has always been cool. So, and the one and only Nicole will never get out of here either. You know, we got people that pick and stay on here all the time. Well, as long as it's not racist, we're good, Tony. We haven't seen it yet, said Pete. Kristen says it's not going to happen, which means there's not going to be another Back to the Future movie. I'm kind of not wanting to see another one because I'm a big fan of that movie. Been a fan of that movie for a number of years and don't want to see anything messed up. And like, I think Michael J. Fox is what the one and only Nicole put in there. I don't know if he could actually do anything except for be a father. We've talked about this, Shane B and I did. So I just want to see what you guys would think about that. So we'll get into more movies later on. We'll do some sports wrap up for you the next hour with sports analyst Richard Holdridge. And we're going to talk about the idiot over in Brunswick, Georgia, taking money. Now, these are the kind of people that will tell you you're lazy, tell you you're a bum, tell you you don't have a job, but they steal from people. He is a big shaky these days. Yes, the one and only Nicole. That's right. I know you're throwing a joke out there on that too, because he is actually what he's got, but you're right about that. Now, I mean, he's not going to get under your skin. Oh, no. We love people that like to have a good time. I wouldn't want to have to throw Tony. I wouldn't have to block Tony because of racist stuff. We're going to talk about a racist. The McMichaels family who killed that young man a couple of years ago in Brunswick, Georgia. Well, the wife don't want to get it, so she's raising funds online to a GoFundMe account. Of course, she'll tell you that you're lazy if you're a bum on the street and you're working at McDonald's or something. You're lazy, but she's not lazy. That old Karen over there, we'll talk about her this morning. No, sir, I'm not a singer. I'm a drummer, but I appreciate you asking me, my friend. All right, we're about 20 minutes past the hour. We're holding it about 40 degrees in the metro Atlanta area, or on 99.1 FM, WQEE, and all over the world, everywhere we got to be on our streams. I'm Ryan O'Neal, and this is the RyanORadio Penitentiary. You guys are in lockdown. We're going to kick off the morning with some news. Not a big rap fan, but I've got family that is, and I respect the music. I respect all music because all music had people put their heart and soul and spend all day working on it. I know how hard it is to do that. So, oh, watch your step, brother. Oh, Tony, you can't say anything negative. You got to stay on there, brother. You and I will get along. Oh, man. I remember that in that movie. Don't touch my, this is my office. Don't ever touch my drums. Remedy says, I also respect all music. Yes, brother, I do. One and only Nicole. I can't even start my news because she's like, it was hard for Diddy. Oh, Lord. Oh. All right. Ooh. I love you guys. You're so funny. You're so funny. Maroon 5. I like Maroon 5. Yes. Adam, what is his last name? I can't remember his name. The singer he was on The Voice for years. Justin Bieber. I'm not a big fan of his music, but I'm a big fan of his singing. Dude can sing. If you go back and watch him back when he first started, on there's a video of him singing "Sweet Child of Mine" by Guns N' Roses. So the kid can sing, and he's a Christian, so I get along with him on that. But what about Ghost? You fixed? Oh, what about Ghost? I love that show. That's the funniest show ever. If you ever watched it. Man, Tony's so cool, man. We got brand new listeners in here joining us, and everybody's so awesome. All the other weak-minded YouTubers and radio people like, please don't hurt my feelings. Please don't hurt my feelings. Oh, the band. Yes, it's a pretty good band, brother. I do think it's all right for what it is. I respect everybody. Like I said, as a musician, I've been playing music for years, and I respect everybody. I met some of Holly's friends yesterday. You did? Who are her friends, Pete? She's got more friends than you and I, probably. All right, let's jump into the headline news this morning. Where's that music? Headline news music. I don't remember any of their songs. I don't really listen to them close. I just respect them. I probably didn't know them like you do, Tony. You know, I used to like Marilyn Manson. Sweet Dreams Are Made of This. But I'm more of a Metallica guy. All right. But you're right. I don't know all their songs. You're right, Tony. I'm not going to argue with you. See there? You see how good I am comprehending and being nice? Marvel Adventures. We'll talk about that later on this morning, my friend, for sure. They're from Quest Construction from Tennessee. Okay. Good morning to Quest Construction from Tennessee. See, Tony, and we go, see, Tony, and see how I am? I agreed with it. All right. Wife of convicted murderer, ladies and gentlemen. Greg McMichael, his son, also her son, Travis McMichael, who did the shooting of Ahmaud Arbery a couple of years ago, had himself. We're from Atlanta. Ahmaud Arbery did some shooting of this young man. They even showed the video once again of him running and being shot. And he wasn't in jeans; he was in shorts. Okay, but anyway, now the wife has set up a GoFundMe /website, try to tell her side of the story. I just don't think she wants to go get a job. She's one of those Karens that didn't have a job for years that would tell you you're lazy for Jesus Does Save, Liberal Bible Institute 1002. Thank you, my friend. You are right. And anyway, meow. Anyway, she's setting this up. She would tell you that you're lazy for whatever you guys are trying to do in life, or you young people are lazy for you have your different beliefs, or look how bad Tony talks. Well, Tony ain't ever shooting people, right? In the street, and then going around saying, I have the right to do so. There was a lot of people that defended these McMichaels. There was a lot of them that defended these McMichael people. And in their small community, but the state put them in there. Thank you, Brother Preach. Let your nuts hang. I said that for you on the air. Tony, Liberal, amen. Liberal Bible Institute, amen. God bless you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Trip, what's up, Trip? How you doing? But that's what she's doing. She's taking money from people, saying she's trying to raise it for, to pay the lawyers, which I know it costs a lot to pay the lawyers and all this stuff in the defense, but she just don't want to work. And she's going to sit at her house, watch the news, all the mainstream media news, and go, you know what? They're just doing so-and-so wrong, and they're just doing this wrong, and they're just doing that. And all these people, yeah, they should have shot that guy in the streets. She'd be the kind of person that believes that somebody should be shot in the streets because of the way they look or the way they act. All these young people, they've got different ways of dressing. Look, I got long hair, wear metal shirts and Iron Maiden and Metallica. All these kids, I'm not going to judge them the way they look because I knew how I grew up with long hair. So if they want to wear their pants off, or if they want to dress like Eminem, or if they want to dress like Ghost or whatever, it don't bother me. So, and it shouldn't bother her, but she's the kind of person that would judge somebody on the basis of the way they look or their race and expect everybody to oh, I wish I had his money. But she's starting this up to help her son out and her husband out. And she's like, nobody understands. They were not racist. No. Just having on the front of your truck an old license plate from 20 or 30 years ago on the front of your truck. Driving in the neighborhood, say, you don't belong in this neighborhood. And then I've seen every one of the videos of all three men talking to the police. And Greg McMichael said, if I could have got a shot at him, I'd have shot him. I'm telling you, they buried themselves by their videos. And look, that's just how it was. So now she's got a website up so that you guys can help her out with her legal fees, because Karen, whatever her name is, I don't know what her name is, Karen says she can't, she needs help with the legal fees, and her family don't understand that was her husband for 20 something years or 40 something years, and her son, her grandson's father. All I say is, when she takes her son to visit when she takes her grandson to visit her son's going to introduce Big Bubba over here as his new baby daddy. Hey, son. Daddy, how you doing? Good. Daddy, I know you're going to be in jail for a while. Hey, Mom, thanks for bringing Junior and everything. I want to introduce you to the love of my life. His name is Bubba. How you guys do it? Did I just make fun of him up in the jail? Yeah, I did. Kristen says, okay, listening to Justin Bieber sing Sweet Child was sweet. Yeah, it was. Yes, it was. Tony says, don't turn. Now, let me turn around. Now, I'm not going to turn around, Tony. Thank you for warning me. All right. Yep. We're going to get ready to take a break. Would you guys like to see another Back to the Future movie? 48% of you say yes. 29% of you say no. 14% of you say maybe. 10% of you say, well, never. I know that Shane B is going to be in the never category, but hey, if it's done right, it would be. She should do an OnlyFans. Yeah, she should. Actually, I think Roddy, the cameraman, his daughter's already doing that. So. Back in a moment, ladies and gentlemen. Stay with us. For real, that's the cameraman got involved. She wasn't doing OnlyFans, but Nicole, yeah. And probably Roddy's girlfriend is doing that too, because she's not working. But that is a good suggestion on Nicole, the one only Nicole. Is that the sun got you seeing black? All right now. Yeah, I got black eyes. Yeah, she's raising money off of people. While she's sitting there telling you you're lazy for not working. You want to be a content creator? You want to go get a real job, you lazy bum. Now I'm going to ask everybody to help me raise funds to pay my legal fees. I just never understood people like that. Never worked a day in their life and called everybody else lazy for not working. Going to Dallas. Dallas, Georgia is where Warrior Defenders is. Never be the same. I didn't look at, I never looked at the sun like so many other people did when we had the eclipse. Everybody else was like, I can't see.
Our services are no cost, and all of our information is available on our website at www.countyreports.com.
You guys are having a good time in here. I love it. Well, Holly in Warrior Defenders is always going everywhere. She's a successful business person. Definitely work with Warrior Defenders, guys, if you're around the Georgia area. You told her, didn't you? I told her yesterday she sounded good. She's been doing good. She's picked up quicker than anybody that's ever really done it, and that's true. I think she just likes it. There's a lot to it. Uh-oh, we got somebody new on. Are you picking on me or are you saying something nice? Need some warriors to defend that hairline. No, I got a lot of hairs, jabroni. You're just jealous I look better than you. I look at your picture. You got a beard. You're like, I'm stuck in the Confederate days, buddy. I'm against you because you hate the big Michaels for being hateful. Tony, take care of it. Take care of my light work. What's up? Man, how you doing this morning? Welcome back in to RyanORadio Penitentiary. The eclipse and anything fun makes you go blind, says the one and only Nicole. Thank you guys for responding on there. We appreciate you guys. Would you like to see another Back to the Future movie? 52% of you say yes, 26% of you say no, 13% of you say maybe, and never 9% of you. All right, welcome back into Real Radio, 50,000 plus of you worldwide. A radio show that gets downloaded off the Spreaker with 300 downloads 5 minutes afterwards. So that tells you somebody's actually listening. And it doesn't take 3 years for you to get 50 downloads like so many other people. And we're all over the Navajo Nation. Sweetleaf says, good morning from the Navajo Nation. Sue says, uh-oh, somebody's trying to start something with you. Bob's like, don't worry, we got your back on the Navajo Nation. Tim says, good morning. And Kiko in Japan says, konnichiwa, everyone. As well as Robert in Australia says, good day, mate. It's afternoon there. And we're going to say hello from Diana from South Wales. And Sarah from New Zealand is on with us as well. Everybody in Canada's on the Canadian side of things. Dave, Mike, David, and Michael, and Alice are all saying good morning to everybody. Please like, subscribe, and share the YouTube page. Thank you. And they're saying hello to all you guys. Sweetleaf says, I like this Tony guy. Everybody likes you, Tony. Sue says, Nicole's my kind of girl. So there you go. Alice says, me too. Welcome to the girls club. We got a girls club part of the penitentiary, and you're part of it, my friend. Too big a word for the guy that we're making fun of. No caps. All right, let's jump into it. A few other headline news for you. Let's jump into what's going on in Israel at war. 36 minutes past the hour. We're currently holding it. Can you believe it? Listen to this. It's 40 degrees in the metro Atlanta area, and time and temperature brought to you by the friends at Active Pest Control, 34 Jefferson Street in Noonan. Summer, winter, spring, fall, we don't care for those rodents, critters, or gooey things at all, and even the sun coming through the window does not bother us at Active Pest Control. I like a what? Are you little? I look like a chimp when you look like somebody who's like, I'm going to defend him, McMichael, because racism is fine. I got the big beard, got no talent. Boy, talk like this. Tony says you're not lying. Tony, he don't know what to expect. He's probably a 39-year-old that thinks he acts like a 14-year-old. While 14-year-olds are out there going, what in the world is wrong with this guy? And why 54-year-old Generation X people are like, dude, you just don't know. We grew up with Generation X and NWO. And this guy listens to Metallica, so there you go. And then my backup, Tony, listens to Ghost, so there you go. All right, let's get some headline news for you guys. Israel military intelligence said on Monday that failures into that run up to the October 7th attacks on the country by Hamas and other Palestinian groups in which 1,200 people were killed and another left after 10 or were captured after 10 days. October 7th said they have responded to the attacks the way they feel like they should. So that's what they've been saying, Prime Minister Netanyahu. Now, we've got a number of protesters who have descended upon New York City and New York University on Monday were arrested by police. For those of you that sit out there and go, they only arrest one side of the aisle, you're not listening to real news. Oh, no, the one, the only. Uh-oh, the cold's taking care of them now. Okay. I'm gonna let them take care of it in the feed. For those of you that think that they only arrest one side, that's wrong. They arrest both sides. And these people are being arrested. The school authorities said that as universities across the country struggle to confront the pro-Palestinian demonstrators, some 50 protesters have been demonstrating outside in front of the New York University business school Monday morning in Manhattan. The school said in a statement that it was not notified of the demonstration nor was given any authority for them to be there, but all allowed it to continue because among the students, aims about what's going on with violence and other things. So there you go. The school put up barricades and made it clear that no additional protesters would be permitted to join. Monday afternoon, additional protesters, some of the university believes were not affiliated with the school, reached the barricade and the orders and were arrested by New York City police. That's it. So that's some of the things that's going on. And for people who don't believe this, it's just like when I told you yesterday that the guy that set himself on fire had no political bias. He was not against Trump or for Trump. He was not against Biden or for Biden. He was just doing it because I think he was mad at the government and he was not all there 100%. He was from Florida, of course, where people believe in Florida that they can just say and do whatever they want. I'm a bird. If I set myself on fire, I ain't going to die. But just like in that situation, I'm telling you, in this situation, these people are being arrested for those people that don't believe it's happening, because the media is not going to tell you all this because they want to continue to divide you and make you hate one another and call each other names and fight with each other. I mean, joking's one thing. Like my friends Tony and the one and only Nicole and all of them is one thing, but really being serious about fighting. So I got a brother, man, I care about out there that really is too far gone into it. And it's hurting him as far as mental wise and this dark web crap is called, some of you can get on dark web and laugh at it and go on about your business. I know that you can, but most people get on there and believe that it's all real because they haven't graduated high school. They got a 9th grade education or a 6th grade education. And I'm not putting them down. It's just that they started working young. And so they don't understand the concept of everything that's going on. So there you go. Good morning to the true warriors, Navajo Nation, Sweet Leaf, and everybody. There you go. You said what? It's making a comeback. Oh, so you welcome it. Oh, No, you know, you probably look. I think you're better than the way you want to start. You know, joking's one thing, but I think you're a better person. I don't think you really do. I think we've got to understand that there's a lot of people out there with different points of view. And like I said, I'm here to tell it like it is. I'm not here to tell people one side or the other right or wrong. And these people are being arrested. So down the road, if some kind of big protest turns violent over something happening at a court, one of the court cases, we can't say that just those people were being arrested. I'm telling you now, these people are being arrested that are doing this at the colleges. And yes, you have every right to protest, but you don't have every right to carry. Good morning, CK S6 South 6 in the house. My brother is in the house with us. Thank you for being on with us. Like, subscribe, and share. Please do. And support the show. Show me love in the feed. There should be a Cash App number in my feed there for you to help out. Please do so. I'm not going to throw it on there and do all that kind of stuff and go interrupt show. But we're about 15 minutes away from the top of the hour. We're almost close to 15 minutes. We're holding at about 40 degrees under beautiful sunny skies, as you guys can tell on the YouTube page. So it is wonderful. It's going to be a warm day in the near 70s. I had to bring my jacket with me this morning. Now it's going to be warm this afternoon. Maybe I need to take it home sometime. But I got a full day. I want to thank Southern States Bank for bringing you a look at that. Southern States Bank, personal banking in East Alabama and West Georgia for you. Right here, part of the RyanORadio Penitentiary and WQEE Radio. That's how you get it. Real radio, real sponsors. All right. Would you like to see another Back to the Future movie? That's our poll question this morning, since we are going to have movie reviewer Shane B join us in the final period. He and I are going to talk movies, what's hot, what's not, Marvel, DC stuff. He's into all that. Big gamer, so gamer movies and stuff. It's all cool in the final period with our friend, a true American hero. Besides being a movie reviewer, he's a truck driver, so he's a true American hero to all of us. Shane B joins us in the final period. Next period, Richard Holdridge, also another American hero, National Guard member. He is going to be with us, our sports analyst, weekdays from 2 to 3 with a sports beat. He'll join us next hour. He's probably going to drop off some UFL stuff, and we're going to talk about those Columbus River Dragons making it to the playoffs again. But here's our poll question. Would you like to see another Back to the Future movie? Yes, 58% of you. No, 23% of you. Maybe 12% of you. And never 8% of you. Wow. Wow. That is the poll question this morning. As we continue to move forward, we're going to take a break again. Put you guys in a penalty box for safekeeping. When we come back, we've got more details to go into the top of the hour. Plus, we're going to talk about this morning. A New Jersey rabbi has been sentenced to 30 years for hiring a hitman to kill his wife. Wow. Now wow. Plus, we still got our daily devotion coming up in the next period and great opportunities for great people to be a part of the radio station. And the Peach State Cats did it again in arena football over the weekend. Congratulations to Coach Moreland and his staff there, doing a wonderful job up at Suey, Georgia. I'll be making a visit to that area pretty soon. Guys, back in a moment. We are Atlanta's #1 talk station. And if you're not on with us, you're losing money. Now, let me tell you something. If you don't want to gain money, if you want to sit around and have your business go out of business, you want to play and get 3 downloads out of your one show at 6 months and call yourself a podcaster and a local person, go ahead and do that, because you're not going to make any money, unless you're ripping somebody off. But if you want your advertising heard worldwide and everywhere it needs to be, this is where you need to be, on the RyanORadio Penitentiary and all over 99.1 FM. Back in a moment. I know my friend CK. Wow, right?
Health cares for kids means fairness in serving 1 million children. Call 678-634-9770 today and learn more on how to be involved. Or text Pay Newton to 44321 to donate.
Wishbone Fried Chicken is back in a brand new location. 31 Jackson Street, Suite A here in Newton. Same great taste, the best chicken around. Fish dinners, open Monday through Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's Wishbone Fried Chicken, right next door to their former location, bringing you the best chicken around. So great. Wishbone Fried Chicken, 31 Jackson Street, Suite A here in Newton.
This is Marty from Connecting Hearts Network. I'd like you to take just a moment and listen to Linda Kirkpatrick explain to you what Family Patterns Matters is all about.
Family Patterns Matters works with youth and their families to help overcome barriers that prevent their success.
Ooh, time to get back.
With mentoring, tutoring, teaching life skills, resilience, gratitude, and kindness. We also bring music and art therapy. Please visit our website at www.familypatternsmatter.org.
I am Apostle Deborah Harris, Apostle of
Pete, what's up? I know that groundhog had lied. That I like to say that daggum rodent, that gopher lied again.
Connecting kingdom citizens, kingdom businesses, and advancing the kingdom of God in this hour. Join us each
It's Georgia weather. It's freezing this morning, but by the time midday gets here, everybody's gonna be taking their clothes off. Yes, Tony. Tony be like, yeah, I'm into that.
Right here on WQEE, we help those who are struggling with their faith or have doubts through discussion, inspirational stories, and contemporary Christian music. So tune in to Let Your Will Let God Sunday mornings at 9:30 a.m. right here on WQEE. Hey, sports fans, weekdays 3 p.m. Eastern to 5 p.m. Eastern, drive time, WQEE, Braves Country's the Southern Sports Talk Show. Back
Woo!
the Armchair Quarterbacks. That's Braves Country. Back begin the Armchair Quarterbacks. Weekdays 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. right here on WQEE 99.1 FM.
I tell you what, that fella's right. Tune in every day from 3 to 5 for the Braves Country Radio, the best lineup in the business. All right, ladies and germs, this is what I want to say to you. Thank you for tuning in. Here's some of the headlines also making it. We talk about the protest in New York City University. Yale arrested 47 protesters calling for military weapons and what's going on there. Also, near an Oklahoma home, a family of 5, including 2 kids, were found dead in their home. U.S. and Philippines kick off a joint military exercises in the South China Sea. Those stories and more right there on the WQEE page. Check it out on our Facebook page. Like, subscribe, and share to the YouTube page as well. A New Jersey rabbi, ladies and gentlemen, is getting 30 years in prison for trying to hire a hitman to kill his wife that he's been with for a number of years, has died at age 82. Fred Newlander is his name, was found unresponsive by correctional officers at the New Jersey State Prison on Wednesday. The case gripped the nation with even TV, cable television, documentaries, and cable star shows, crime shows, even a musical about the killing of the rabbi trying to kill his wife. What? Might have seen some of those on the true crime networks like ID Network. We got true crime coming up on Thursday. Tomorrow morning, Weird Wednesday, we're going to dive into horrifying history in the final period. Get your pens and papers ready because Professor Brenda Gasky joins us for another horrifying history moment, staining the history books with the blood of the unknown and more. That's tomorrow morning, right here on the same show. But this morning, we're going to be talking a little sports as well as we're going to be doing movie reviews. And those movie reviews, ladies and gentlemen, are going to be with Shane B., our movie man. Our Cisco R. Hubert gives 2 thumbs up to movies that are good and gives 2 stone cold salutes to movies and shows that are not so good. And my poll question this morning is, what do you like? Yeah, would you like to see another Back to the Future movie? So far, 56% of you say yes. If it's done right, I say yes. 29% say nope, don't need another one. 11% saying, maybe. And 7% is like, never, do not ruin it, do not destroy it, do not do anything. Well, if it's done right, like Shane and I have talked in the past on this show about if it's done right, when Michael J. Fox comes back and he plays the father and his son goes back in time from whatever year it is, but it can't be 2024 or anything, because that would contradict anything that's going on with Back to the Future 2. So, Christopher Lloyd can come back and play Doc. So, Tom Holland, who played Spider-Man in one of the Spider-Man movies, has been known to probably, I say him being Marty's son is a good idea, but not Marty McFly himself. But we'll see. We'll see. He would go back in time to meet his father, who would probably be back in time in the 80s. So, and it would have to be from the 2016s, unless they explain that it's an alternate timeline, because when Doc and Marty went back and changed everything, then today's movie would be an alternate timeline. That's how they would make it if they made Marty come back to be the father and Tom Holland be his son, because it'd be an alternate timeline. They changed it, like they did when they changed Biff in the 80s from owning from being Biff the idiot to being Biff the owner to back to Biff the idiot. Yep. See, I watched that movie. Yes, I remember you. What's up? Wesem. Sorry about that. Wesem, how you doing? Wesem. I got it right last week. Sorry about that. But yes, I remember you. Thank you for being on. Back in a moment.
This is the Make a Difference Minute. Are you building your dream home, or have you decided to stay in your current home and remodel? Either way, we all know that kitchens and baths are smart investments when it comes to the value.
Good. I am good. How are you, my friend?
Regardless of the project size or complexity, you want and deserve quality products and amazing service before, during, and most importantly, after the sale. A big part of that service is dealing with people that understand your products and can provide advice and consultation that you can rely on. Sounds like a tall order for sure. Who can give you the brands you know and trust and the professional help you deserve? Our friends over at Park Supply Company, of course. They are the go-to for all of your kitchen, bath, and DIY needs. Visit their locations in Huntsville and Athens, and you will understand the difference of the Park Supply way. Large selection with the small hometown feel you love. Mention this ad and receive a one-time coupon
Well,
good for $10
here we go.
of a $50 purchase. Go to parksupplycompany.com.
Yep, he had two sons. He could be his kids would be grown too.
I have Kate,
So
who is the assistant director, and
they could accidentally, one of his sons or both his sons could accidentally go with Marty's son and go back in time. Doc would have to come from back in time to the future. But everything would have to be a different timeline, because Back to the Future 2 had the future, and it would have to be a different timeline. What happened is Marty and Doc went back there and changed everything, so there's no flying cars and the flying skateboards and stuff. They changed everything. Because remember at the end of Back to the Future 3 says, "Oh, Jennifer, your future is what you make of it." So they were setting up for another movie possibly because they knew that the part 2 would have.
That had the same condition. Yeah, they reached out. We were glad to offer a class for that. I will tell you that it's probably the most memorable CPR class I've ever taught.
To get in touch with Kate Watkins, you can email him at katewatkins@lawcotn.org. I also encourage you to follow Lawrence County EMS on Facebook. Be sure to follow The Mark White Show on Facebook and Instagram, and subscribe to The Mark White Show podcast wherever you get your podcast. This is Mark White, encouraging you to find your purpose by making a difference in someone's life today.
Hey, I'm Jimmy Ellison. I'm a pastor here at Newman City Church. I want to thank you for tuning in to our website, and hope that you'll take the time to look throughout the website, all the different activities that are going on in life of our church. Our purpose statement here at Newman City is transforming lives for Jesus' sake. And we believe that takes place in 3 separate pillars. The first one is corporate worship. We come together each Sunday for our worship services where our focus is on glorifying God. That is the purpose, the focus of our worship services each Sunday. The second pillar is local missions. And we believe that church is not to be contained in traffic.
What's up, Captain Hot Buns? I think the allergies are getting me to. Sorry about that. I usually do it bigger for Captain Hot Buns. Good morning. How you doing, Captain?
So that's the second pillar. The third pillar is our community groups, our small groups where we meet in homes throughout the community here at Neal. And the focus of these groups is simply Bible studies, sitting in a circle, opening up the and asking the Holy Spirit to speak to us and through us as we study God's Word. So those are the 3 pillars, and we believe
Doing good to hear, brother. Good to hear.
And thus making a difference for the sake of Jesus. Again, thanks for tuning in. I hope to see you soon.
WQEE 99.1 FM, The Key, Newton, Sharpsburg, Franklin, LaGrange.
I definitely need to do that. I appreciate it, Brother Pete. I need to do that. I'll be good. The funny thing is I'll be good by the time 10 o'clock gets here. And then I've got to record all these spots for a brand new sponsor coming on and get them all done today and sent out to them to be approved. That big corporations like to approve things. Yes, they do. And I'm good with that. Wish their own people to do it, but I'm good with it. I'm good. They'll be like, yes, thank you, Ryan. They'll like it. But I'm going to make sure it's good by then.
Also at srnnews.com, during an interview with Salem's AM 990, The Answer, former President Trump said the wars in Ukraine and the Middle East never would have occurred had he been in office.
I used to talk about Ukraine with Putin. It was the apple of his eye, but he knew he wasn't going to be doing anything. He would have never done it, and even Democrats admit that. And then you can go too. And you take a look at October 7th, that would have never happened either. Zero chance. Iran was broke. In the Trump administration, they were broke.
Nurses are protesting in San Francisco over the use of AI in healthcare. California Nurses Association members are concerned about using untested and unregulated AI technology. This is SRN News. A drag show is canceled in Pennsylvania.
It began as a drag queen story hour event in the Lancaster Public Library.
Wow, a lot of votes this morning. Good deal.
Then a liberal church in nearby Mountville offered to host the event. The public outrage in that community has led to another cancellation. Fascinating story. Our features men dressed as women reading picture books to small children has been featured at a number of public libraries around the country. Michael Harrington, SRN News.
The Biden administration issued new rules designed to promote the LGBT agenda in schools, but no mention is made of transgenderism in sports. Originally, they planned to include a new policy forbidding schools from enacting outright bans on boys competing against girls, but they put it on hold. The delay is seen as political year maneuver.
Oh, I know. I'm gonna might get her to do something for me.
Pronouns a student demands. This.
But she's always busy.
Or that it doesn't keep
Busy at the house, busy on the road. Come in on Mondays. She's just always busy.
Transported to hospital. The injuries were mostly minor. The sheriff's lieutenant says the 4-car tram used for movie studio backlot tours might have experienced an issue with its brakes. California Highway Patrol is leading the investigation. John Scott reporting.
And the executive says construction between Houston and Dallas could get underway within 2 years. Senior Vice President of the Southwestern Regional Rail Conference, the National Rail Company is working with Texas Central to develop a train. Meanwhile, Texas landowners have fought bullet train owners and their attempts to take Texas.
Well, I guess the guy that was trying to troll me earlier is gone now. He's like, I'm gonna look a couple of big words up and make out like I saw this on another chat.
I'm pretty handy around the house, but now that I have kids, I don't want to spend my Saturday installing a toilet or fixing. Home advisor helps me.
Yeah, you gotta lock her down. Well, if you can't lock her down, Pete, nobody else can.
Check their availability, even book appointments online. And what my wife loves most is that Home Advisor is completely free to use.
Go to homeadvisor.com or download the free app.
No, I haven't heard of pine needle tea.
Made to order 100% Wagyu beef burgers that are 100% from Red Rock, starting at $6.99, which is 100% awesome. 100% Wagyu beef burgers with fries starting at $6.99. 100%.
Hank Arnold here from Cowie to Force. Cowie to Force is Newman's own addiction recovery support. Exists to provide recovery support services for individuals and family members who have been impacted by addiction. Our services are no cost, and all of our information is available on our website at www.cowetoforce.org or follow us on Facebook.
Wishbone Fried Chicken is back in a brand new location, 31 Jackson Street, Suite A here in Newnan. Same great taste, the best chicken around, fish dinners. Open Monday through Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's Wishbone Fried Chicken, right next door to their former location, bringing you the best chicken around. So great. Wishbone Fried Chicken, 31 Jackson Street, Suite A, here in Newnan.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rod Peterson here, host of the Rod Peterson Show, inviting you to join us daily for 2 hours of Atlanta's funnest sports talk.
Okay, well, I'll try it.
I say fun.
Probably the Navajo Nation people have heard of it.
Like it because we make the listeners a part of the show. Every day between noon and 2 p.m. Eastern, you'll hear plenty of the best sports talk, including the latest on the Falcons, the Braves, and more. And who knows, you might even hear you. That's the Rod Peterson Show, daily at noon, right here on WQEE 99.1 FM.
Hey, sports fans. Weekdays, 3 p.m. Eastern to 5 p.m. Eastern. Drive time. WQEE, Braves Country is a Southern sports talk show with Mac McGee and the Armchair Quarterbacks. That's Braves Country with Mac McGee and the Armchair Quarterbacks. Weekdays, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. right here on WQEE 99.1 FM.
I'm Sam, the Queen of Buffalo Dogs, and this is my pet tip of the day. Do you dread taking your cat to the vet? Well, your cat dreads it as well, probably. And here's a very simple tip. It's actually lessen the stress for both you and your cat when the time comes to go to the vet. Get your cat carrier, if you've got the luxury of time, at least a week before the appointment, and bring it into the house. You can leave the door open and use lots of treats and positive play to actually get your cat to go in and out freely and be comfortable with the terrier and also, become familiar with it. Because that's a big thing about cats and any pet really that goes to the vet all of a sudden, Ryan is a strange carrier. So make it easy on yourself, make it easier on your cat. Bring that carrier in, lots of treats, positive experience, and when the day comes to go to the vet, it should be a lot easier. And that's my pet tip of the day.
The views and opinions of this show and program are not the views and opinions of this station, its management, or its clientele.
Rabbit tobacco.
Let me know if you want anything.
He doesn't look at this like a pretty huge civil war going on all across America.
Just try to stay out with what we see on the news. Seems like it's for the best.
Citizens of America, the so-called Western forces of Texas and California have suffered a very great defeat at the hands of the United States military. Mr. President, do you agree the use of airstrikes against American citizens will move you to D.C. today? They shoot journalists on sight in the Capitol. I feel safe in this sense. This is death. What?
Every time we say that, the war zone, I thought I was giving a warning. Don't do that. But here we are.
There's some kind of misunderstanding here. All right. We're American, okay? Okay. What kind of American are you?
Oh, welcome into RyanORadio Penitentiary. I tell you what, that was a good movie. Pretty good movie for what it was. It stayed at number 2 stayed at number 1 this past weekend, 2 weekends in a row. We'll talk more movies coming to the final period with the one, the only Shane B. What's hot, what's not, what's going on, Marvel, DC, and more. And just different movies and shows that you can check out on Hulu, Netflix, and Roku. This hour, we got some sports news for you, Friday Night Lights scoreboard, and some headline news. Don't let that voice go out on me because it's going to make me mad if it does. Then I'll sound like everybody else instead of a radio personality. It's RyanORadio Penitentiary. I'm your host of the most, the one, the only Neal, of course. Oh, no doubt about that. Welcome into RyanORadio Penitentiary. 50,000 plus of you worldwide on the Shoutcast Shout Out Loud. Across the RyanORadio media page, iHeartRadio, Amazon Prime. We're getting everywhere. 300 downloads 5 minutes after this show goes off the Spreaker. What? That's how many people are listening. Plus, ladies and germs, we're across the Navajo Nation of Earth Rock Radio, New Mexico, Arizona, and more. British Columbia, Isles of Canada, eh? And finally, ladies and gentlemen, we're across the Jordan Communication of family radio stations, East Alabama, West Georgia, including right here at the Talk of Atlanta, 99.1 FM, WQEE the Key, almost Southern sports, inspirational talk, and real headline news. Not all that made-up stuff. That's right. I'm the man around here. I tell it like it is. I don't tell you what you want to hear. I'm not going to tell you it's all right for the Michaels to kill somebody in the streets because they don't like them. I'm going to tell you that they're racist pricks. I'm not going to tell you it's all right to protest in New York City and yell and don't get arrested when you tear things up. I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear on either side. I'm going to tell you the news. And if you're not into the news and you're into then that's what's messing your mind up. Yep. That's why the guy burned himself in front of the courthouse the other day because he was listening to clickbait news. We don't do clickbait news here. We do real stuff for real people. We tell it like it is. We got our daily devotion coming up for you here. in just a few moments. Plus, we're going to kick off this hour with some headline news, and we've got some sports coming up as we head into the Friday Night Lights scoreboard. But first, it's 12 minutes past the hour. Currently 41 degrees, cold out there in the metro Atlanta areas. Sun shining all over the area. It's going to be warmer today. Your time and temperature brought to you by Active Pest Control. Summer, winter, spring, fall. We don't care for those rodents, critters, or gooey things at all. Peace Lycan giving me some great ideas for some pine needle tea, rabbit and tobacco tea that would help with colds and sinuses. And I think I've got a little bit of sinus attack going on this morning, but that's all right. The devil always likes to attack when you got good things on the horizon. And there's some good things on the horizon come up. You just don't know. All right, let's jump into it. It's time for our daily devotion brought to you by Noonan City Church, 17 First Avenue here in the metro Atlanta area of Noonan. Every Sunday morning, 8 a.m. services inside, outside services under tent, 9 a.m. and 10:30. And the Hip Cool Kids meet at 6:30 p.m. inside on Sunday evening. Noonan City Church, Pastor Jimmy Ellison and staff, transforming lives for Jesus' sake. Today's daily devotion is coming from Jesus Listen, as always, from Sarah Young. She is bringing you this. She's the author of Jesus Calling, her book. And here is and I'm going to get back into reading some of them daily devotions from Jesus Calling too. Isaiah 54:10, Romans 11:33, Psalm 62:8, and Psalm 72:23 through 24. This is what she says. Treasured Lord Jesus, help me trust in your unfailing love, thanking you for the good I see. When evil seems to be flourishing in the world around me, it feels as if things are spinning out of control. But I know you're not wringing your hands hopelessly, wondering what to do next. No, that's me. You are completely in control, working behind the scenes in goodness in the midst of the turmoil. So in faith, I thank you not only for blessing I can see, but for the ones I can't see. Your wisdom and knowledge are deeper and richer than my world could ever express. Your judgments are unsearchable and your paths are beyond tracing out. I need to remember that you, Lord, are always with me, holding me in my right hand, and afterwards you will take me into glory. As I ponder these hidden treasures, I thank you for the glorious blessings I cannot see yet. Amen. That should be all blessings here, even on earth, that you cannot see yet. That is correct. That is a fantastic one. Sweet Leaf says, I love that one this morning. Let me drop some things. Thank you, Sweet Leaf on Navajo Nation, for that. All right. And Sweet Leaf says, by the way, I heard that song the other day. You guys did my song. Yes, a request. If you guys got a request for lyrical wisdom, Bruce and Donna will read your song and dive deeper into your song. They did Comfortably Numb by Pink Floyd last week, and I don't know what they're going to do this week. It's always a surprise, so be on the lookout for that. It might be one of you listeners out there that sent me a lot of requests, and you guys will be getting them. So there you go. Request. Here we go. In a minute, 99classicrock@gmail.com for lyrical wisdom to read your request. All right, ladies and gentlemen, a New Jersey rabbi who was sentenced to 30 years in prison for hiring a hitman to kill his wife has now died in prison himself at age 2. Fred Nealander was found unresponsive by correctional officers on Wednesday at the New Jersey State Prison. The case grappled Philadelphia area and was popular in films, on cable television, documentaries, crime shows, and even a musical. Earth Day was celebrated yesterday, and President Joe Biden into the solar energy as he made a proclamation for new jobs, ladies and gentlemen. Also, former presidential candidate and South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley welcomed home her husband after a year-long National Guard deploy. The two have not seen each other in a while, and they've been married for 30 years. Michael Haley has been with the South Carolina Army National Guard since 2006 and holds the rank of Major. Wow, that's high. Nikki is working with Walter P. Stern Foundation now. And she is continuing to do what she does, the former presidential candidate. But I don't think had a chance because she didn't have a chance because she didn't know what she was doing, but didn't have a chance because there was too many people out there. I want no woman tell me what to do. Boy, I want to go back to 1968 where I can have my wife and concubine go gambling and show up on church on Sunday and do wrong. God's shutting all your Bible studies down, isn't he? All day long when you do wrong. Sorry about that, but that's truth. Truth is truth, and I don't tell lies. All right, ladies and gentlemen, also Israel military intelligence chief on Monday said failures in the run-up to the October 7th attacks on the country by Hamas and other Palestinian groups in which 12,000 people were massacred as early as 10 days of the October 7th, they started having a response to it and continue. Prime Minister Netanyahu says they're going to continue working and doing this. They were going to be done a couple of weeks ago, supposedly being done about this time, but due to the fact that Iran attacked, now there's a back and forth. People are saying, don't do this. More money has been allocated not only to Ukraine, but to Israel to help out during the war efforts. So many people out there are like, hey, we're for it, but no one's helping us here at home. See how I'm telling you on both sides? That's how you do it, man. You don't go, I'm good and I know everything, and they don't know nothing. And the wife of a convicted murderer, Greg McMichael, and the father of the shooter, Travis McMichael, and the so-called friend of Roddy, the cameraman, she set up a website for her husband and son to help with the funds and raising funds on a GoFundMe account to pay her legal bills and to help out her husband and son because she's like, they didn't do anything wrong. They're not racist. Just with their big old beards and their flags and their guns and shooting the boy in the street. That don't mean they were racist. Just cause Travis used that N-word. He's hip. You know, Travis used it because he listens to rap, right? And it's all rap's fault is why Travis McMichael, the hip-hop fan, as you listen to him, you can tell he didn't listen to hip-hop. They'll blame it on hip-hop. She's like, you don't know him. They're not racist. My husband shot, he's not just shot black men, he shot white men too. He shot anybody that didn't live up to our standards. You lazy people out there won't go get jobs, but I need you to help me get my husband and help me pay my legal bills. I mean, why do people think people like that are fine? Tell me, explain that to me. Why do people like that think that it's all right for you to do something wrong, but everybody else is bad and you're the good guy? She tried to put God in there. God is like, then turns back on them people like, look, you killed one of my children. Why should I care for you? Everybody, you don't know what God is thinking. Well, I do know that in the Bible it's wrong. Thou shalt not kill is one of the 10 commandments. Just because you're saved by the blood of Jesus Christ don't mean you can just kill somebody. You can just shoot somebody. You can just do whatever you want because you thought they were in the wrong neighborhood. They should have called the police if they thought the kid was doing something wrong. No, they've shot people before. And in the videos, I saw the police videos of all three men. And the words that were coming out of their mouth sounded like 1968 representation of what white people called African-American people, Caucasian people called African-American people back in that age. And Greg McMichael said if he got a chance to shoot him, he'd have shot him instead of his son. I think it was the first time his son ever shot somebody. I do think it's the first time Travis ever shot somebody. And the first person he shot, he goes to prison. And she was like, well, he's my son. He's my grandson's father. My son is my grandson's father. Exactly. So when you take him for visiting day, Travis can introduce him to his new stepdaddy. This is your new stepdaddy, son. His name's Bubba. How you doing, stepson? Me and your daddy sure do love one another. We stay in the same, hotel room together. That's what it is, hotel room, yep. See, Travis, I told you I wasn't going to tell him it was a prison cell. Shh. God, don't want to hurt his little feelings. Well, I love them cakes you bring. Could you make some more chocolate brownies and bring them to us? I love them. Travis, I'll see you later. And no, you're making fun of him, Brian. Yeah, well, they don't do anything stupid. Don't sit around and say, you're the good guy. You're a Christian. You go to church every Sunday and you don't. See, when I go to church, I feel something. I know what my preacher's preaching. He's preaching reality. Okay? He's not preaching that somebody's better than another. He's not preaching politics. When you have people preaching all kind of things like these people are being preached to, this woman's acting like her family didn't do anything wrong. And, oh yeah, she's apologizing to the Auburn fans. She's sorry. Yeah, it's a little too late. Your son killed their son because instead of calling the police to do proper procedure, you go out and shoot somebody because you think it's all right to do that. And you got idiots that are going to believe this guy. He's laughing at it. You got idiots that think it's all right. You got people giving her money. Why are you giving this lazy woman money? Tell this Karen to go get a job. She needs to get a job somewhere. The last job she probably had was when she married Greg McMichael when she was 40 years ago or whatever, when she was in her 20s or whatever age they got married. That was the last job she ever had. So she has no skills. She didn't finish school. But she can go out there and get a job at the Kmart or the Walmart or whatever, or the Target. Pay the bills. We don't need to help her out. You don't need to help her out. You don't need to support him. You don't need to support her to pay in the bills. Good morning, radio brother. BK is on the air he says, good morning, radio brother from another mother. My man and his good friends. Tell Alan we said hey too. We love Alan's show. He should always. I know. They're probably going to get me, BK, but he should always be on during that midday program. That's just me. That's just what a program director me thinks. Okay. Tell him that's what I said if you get to talk to him. All right, we're going to take a break. Coming up in just a few. You and I are going to dive into it. Back in a moment. Good morning.
What's up?
Hey, brother, how's it going?
Thank you.
Good. You got a new job?
Yeah. Working down in Fort Moore.
Okay. That sounds good. Well, I do want to talk to you because we might have to sit down and talk sometime soon when you can get a chance to really get down and sit. I don't know if it's going to be able to be the remainder of this season or not, but the Peach State Cats want to be on the radio station with us as they're signing into some big things are coming up with them. And he's got some sponsors, so we're going to be talking. He is looking for someone to be the official voice of the Peach State Cats. You were the first person that came to mind.
I do appreciate that. I mean, they're all the way to one.
Well, I know that I know what we're doing is probably going to be doing. They put it on the internet, and you probably be calling. I hate to say it, from your home or your computer. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the way we're going to.
I don't know if it'd be a conflict of interest because Rick Behringer's doing the Columbus Lions games, and I'm actually helping him call games.
Well,
I know they're in a different league, but they do play the Peach State Cats on June the 8th.
Yeah. Well, it shouldn't be a conflict, and this guy's looking We had a big conversation last week, and you were out of town, so we had a big conversation last week, and the conversation led me to believe that it's going to be very financially, as it grows, because there's a lot of stuff coming in. It's going to be very financially stable for the station, for the person. He's looking for the person that's going to be the full time, and the way it's going to be set up. So you're the first one I come to mind because you're the only one I know that can call a football game and any sports without sounding like you're from the South. From the South. But I do want to sit down and talk to you more about it because we're on a feed, on the YouTube feed, and some of the things I need to talk to you about, I don't want all our listeners to hear. So we will set a time up for you to come by the studio to sit down because there's a lot of major things going on, brother. I'm going to be sending you some new big spots, but I'm recording some stuff for Southern States Bank today. But there's going to be some stuff going on that, honestly, I just think it's going to be good for you. And it's going to take you to that next level that you've been looking for. And I mean, I know several people, but you're the first one to come to mind. But maybe we can talk next week or sometime. You might have time to come by the station. Let me know. I can set up a time to be here, and we can sit down and we can talk because there's some major things in the works that I don't want to give away all my freebies on the air.
Oh, I got you.
And let everybody know what's going on. But this may be a good opportunity, a big opportunity. Some of these opportunities may be, these opportunities are going to be big opportunities, and the first one I thought of. And if you're unable to do them, then I'll go to a couple other people I know, but you're the first person I thought.
I just, I'm intrigued. I would like to sit down and see how that would work.
Well,
I could do like meetings remotely from my home. I just, I also got to look at my work schedule for like Georgia Alabama Sports Live. We get into the baseball playoffs, and then also my new job is I've got to be down at Fort Stewart for an entire month.
Okay. Well,
yeah, my new job.
The thing about it is, that's what I'm gonna tell him about. We'll talk. You and I will talk, and me and him will talk again. And I don't know if we're gonna be able to do it this season because it's a little late in the season.
My new job will give me a little bit more flexibility, because I'm not going to be doing like 6-day drills or being gone for like a week at a time.
Okay.
The only time I'm going to be gone is in the month of June, and that's it. I got a lot of flexibility.
Okay. Well, definitely, brother. We're about to go on there, but I want you to try to put me on your schedule because I want to talk because there's a lot of big things coming up, and I want you to be the first choice before we get into anything else.
I appreciate that.
No problem, man. All right, we're about to go on. Welcome back into RyanORadio Penitentiary. Yes, it's Friday nights is a great night for football, so it's Saturday nights, Saturday afternoons, Sunday nights, Monday nights, Thursday nights, and Twisted Tuesday mornings, as always. Coming back after a long workout last week is the one, the only. He is the Sports Beats very own weekdays from 2 to 3 p.m. here on the network. He is the voice of so many high school football teams, baseball teams, basketball teams across Georgia, Alabama Sports Live, which presents the show weekdays. He's been with the Columbus Chattahoochees. He's been with the Chattahoochee Monsters. He's been with the men and women's soccer team from the Columbus Rapids, Columbus Lions football, and more. Please welcome, and Chattahoochee Valley living writer. Please welcome a soldier, a husband, a father, and more. Please welcome the one, the only, Richard Holders. Good morning, Richard.
Good morning, Ryan. Happy to be here on this Tuesday. It's been so long. I'm just glad to be back talking sports. I know
Yep.
Now high school baseball is starting to get into the playoffs.
We definitely going to get into some of that this morning. Also, this past weekend, going 4-0, the Birmingham Stallions. UFL has kind of exceeded my expectations a little bit this year. I knew they would definitely. No, they don't have the NFL or the CFL type of fan base as of yet. It's a first season for both XFL and USFL coming together. What is your thoughts on the UFL so far this season?
So far, it has been a success. You got two divisions. One division is all the USFL teams.
Mm-hmm.
The other division is all the XFL teams.
Right.
And my takeaway is that the Birmingham Stallions, by far, is the superior team from any of the other teams. They are the back-to-back champions of the UFL. And when you look at what the Birmingham Stallions do, by the way, I mean, they get the big win over the DC Defenders 20-18. They are 4-0.
Right.
I'm very disappointed with the Memphis Showboats. I really thought
Right.
Memphis would have a better showing. They did lose to the Battle Stars. They are 1-3.
Mm-hmm.
But how about the San Antonio Brahmas, a sports market where they have the Spurs?
Yep.
And that's about it.
Yep.
So when you have the former Carver Tiger, Puma Pat, was on the roster for the San Antonio Brahmas last year. Big shout out to Puma Pat.
Right.
And then you got the St. Louis Battlehawks.
Woo!
There's still a lot of salty fans when the Rams left St. Louis.
Right, exactly.
Those teams are just excited that they have a team. But how about this? The defending XFL champion, Arlington Renegades, 0-4.
0-4, yes.
Sorry. I'm excited about this upcoming week. We got week 5.
Uh-huh.
The Birmingham Stallions, they're going to be on the road. Not a whole lot of intriguing matchups, but in a couple of weeks, you're going to have the Stallions taking on the Showboats again.
Yep.
I actually think that the Stallions, probably their biggest challenge is going to be in 3 weeks when they take on the St. Louis Battlehawks.
Yes.
They can easily go to 6-0, and they get ready for the Battlehawks on May the 11th, and it's over. I mean, I think the Birmingham Stallions are probably the clear-cut favorites to win the UFL in their inaugural league because, they were the 2-time USFL champions, and now they look like the favorites to win the UFL.
I agree with you. I could see that. It is Stallions this year looking good. I'm excited about this UFL. I know a lot of people are like, we got too much football, too around the world. We got Major League Baseball going on. The Braves are doing pretty well up and down. So many teams but this is just kind of a whole different animal. And the beginning of the season, I see if they add 2 more teams one to each division in the next couple of years, here's my opinion. I see that this spring football league is going to start packing out arenas during the springtime because the way they presented it this year, the way it's been, how exciting it's been. And people in Alabama, they don't have a professional team. Their team has to be Atlanta Falcons. So Birmingham Stallions is the closest to professional team they can have. And then if they want to get people on their roster, you got University of Alabama, Alabama State, Auburn University, Troy. You got so many great universities there that they can actually get players to the Stallions quick.
I also think that either Macon, Savannah, or even Columbus would be very intriguing markets to get an expansion team for next season. And the reason is you want the medium-sized markets rally around a semi-pro team like, Birmingham is a decent enough market, but they don't have teams that have like AAA baseball teams.
Right.
Probably are the most deserving of getting these franchises.
I agree with you. I'd love to see a UFL or UFL team, whether it's in the USFL or yes.
Those teams probably can thrive in getting a UFL.
I think so too. And I'd love to see it in Columbus because that would just round out everything we got in Columbus. I mean, Columbus has everything. I mean, Columbus is the market right now. Columbus, Georgia is the market. So to me, that would be a fantastic area. I think they possibly would pick Macon, but I think Columbus would be it's a lot further from Atlanta than Macon is as far as, driving wise. So I think that it would be a perfect market. And like you said, Orlando, Salt Lake City. But I see this thing growing. I see this doing well. I don't see it taking anything away from the CFL, which starts in May. I don't see it never taking anything from the NFL. I see it as a jumping point for a lot of players to get to the NFL.
There's no question. Look at P.J. Walker.
Yeah.
He was a star, and he was able to actually win a game as the Cleveland Browns starting quarterback.
Exactly. So, I mean, it's a good starting point, and people are looking at it, and they do look at CFL players too. But a lot of times, we got something on the backyard, and from what I feel like a couple of years, the UFL is used kind of as a training facility during springtime for the NFL, because I already read some of the news on the UFL site. They're working with several different people, including working with some NFL in a certain way. So we'll see. I'm excited about that. I'm excited to see the Birmingham Stallions take 4-0. I want the Renegades to win one because we got a few landmark Christian War Eagle players on. Donald Payne, a former War Eagle, on that team. So we're really pulling for that. Let's get into some other sports. I know you're going to be doing a lot of Major League Baseball, NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs between you, Rod, and Mac this afternoon. You guys are going to have all that for us. But I want to dive into the River Dragons. Doing it once again this past weekend. We gave away a 6-pack this past Friday to six big winners here at the station to go see the River Dragons. And a week before that, 26 people went to see the River Dragons from WQEE. And the River Dragons did good. 2 games against the Seawolves, 8-0 this past weekend. What is our next? Where are we next? What's coming up next for us?
Well, this Friday they're going to travel up to Carolina to take on the Carolina Thunderbirds.
Woo!
And that's going to be up in Winston-Salem.
Uh-huh.
Friday, that's the playoff format. It's the 1-2 playoff format.
Uh-huh.
Dragons with home ice will be back at the Columbus Civic Center on Saturday for Game 2. Puck drop is 7:35.
Woo!
And there's a possibility that there might be a Game 3, but we're not even going to talk about that. We're not even going to entertain the idea of having a Game 3 on Sunday, puck drop at 6:05, because they're going to take care of it against the Carolina Thunderbirds. This is a rematch of the semifinal game last year where they fell to Carolina in games 2 and 3 up in Carolina. But this time around, the River Dragons have home ice.
Yep.
They should be able to win this series and move on to the Commissioner's Cup final. The River Dragons are the best team in the FPHL. And they have the MVP, Justin McDonald. They also have veteran players who have Cup experience, like Josh Pietrantona.
Yes.
Jay Crew. You also have players like Austin Dove and Alex Storchhand and Jacob Kelly. They got some incredible players. Well, actually, no, I take it back. Jacob Kelly's not on the team, not on the team anymore. Ryan Hunter.
Yep.
I believe it. And really, if Tom is listening, he's great. Because
he will.
I try to keep up with the River Dragons, but I remember Jacob Kelly from last year. I got to confirm that he is still on the team this year.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be a good time as they head. It's always that time of year. And then they're going to head. We're going to get into this. We'll get it this weekend. We'll get this weekend done. Thunderbirds, who are always in it as well. And hopefully to take it into that final championship response too.
Oh yeah, that should be next weekend.
And then who do we expect?
Actually changed the playoff format.
Yep.
It was supposed to be best of 5. They actually choose to be better.
Right.
It's going to be a best of 3.
Right. You still there?
More than likely, they would play Binghamton in game 1, and then games 2 and 3 would be back at the Civic Center.
Okay, sounds good. So So it sounds good. We're getting expected. We're getting excited. River Dragons hockey. We're going to bring that FPHL Cup home this season. Let's talk some football action and arena football action. The Columbus Lions.
Yes, the Columbus Lions are 3-0. They got the 73-20 victory over the Harrisburg Stampede. They'll play the Stampede once again this weekend on the next home game is not till Memorial Day weekend.
Okay.
They'll play until May the 25th. And the Columbus Lions, they're just head and shoulders above everybody else in the AIF. Because they have former NAL players.
Right, exactly.
They have an outstanding quarterback in Marcus Brooks who has time to throw the football. I mean, he's able to pick and choose which receiver he wants to throw it to, and their defense plays lights out. They're really intense, led by their head Bob Daniel.
Right.
He was intense when he played, and he's got that quality as a coach as well. Which, by the way, he is now an assistant coach at Central, so he is going to be under head coach Patrick Nick.
Okay.
He was the defensive backs coach at Carver last year.
Whoa.
He's going to be Central defensive backs coach at Central.
Whoa, the Red Devils. Bet on red and black.
So you're going from one championship team to another. I mean,
Yes.
That's a pretty good resume. And plus, those high school players, they really are like the idea that he's also the Columbus Lions head coach because it built that relationship with the high school team and the Columbus Lions. That we could maybe see future Columbus Lions playing at the Civic Center. I mean, a lot of these players that play high school football in Columbus, they have dreams of playing for the Columbus Lions one day.
Definitely so. So there you go. Excited about that. Excited about all the sports that's going on. We're about 15 minutes away from the top of the hour, ladies and gentlemen. Time and temperature brought to you this time by Southern States Bank, East Alabama, West Georgia's personal and business banking made perfect for you. Remember, FDIC. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to continue talking a little sports here with our sports analyst, the one, the only, Richard Holdridge, the voice of all sports in Columbus and beyond. He's all East Alabama and Georgia. He's becoming both Alabama and Georgia state official sports teams. So excited. High school football is a few months away. I was talking with Coach Lewis about the Landmark Christian War Eagles getting ready for some spring football games. I know some have already occurred. Some are about to come up. Let's get into that before we get into find out what you're doing on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. What are you researching as far as East Alabama, West Georgia high school football pre-spring games?
Well, most of the football schedules are out. So the next couple of weeks on my show, I'm going to preview a team from Alabama and a team from Georgia as we get prepared for spring practices and the spring games. Some of the teams are playing other teams. Like you got Harris County playing Spencer in their spring game.
Right.
But you got Manchester that's going to be playing a scrimmage game. It's the white team versus the blue team.
Mm-hmm.
Shaw has got a spring game where they're playing against each other.
Right.
I mean, it's fun either way.
Right.
You can play, either way. I mean, it's fun. I would like to see some dream matchups. I would like to see the private schools go against the public schools in the spring practice. I would love to see Glenwood take on Central.
Yes.
It's a spring practice.
Yes. I was thinking the same thing.
It's not going to be. It's
Don't
not
count.
Gonna feel like a real game.
Right.
They're going to put the foot off the gas pedal. So don't think that if Glenwood plays Central, that they're going to get blown out. It's just a matchup that we would all love to see, and it would bring the fans together because of the close proximity of the two schools. And now that Glenwood is in the AHSAA, I think that their competition is going to be a little bit tougher. I mean, they open up the season against Valley. I mean, that's going to be a very interesting game. Looking at the schedule, you got Smith Nation taking on Shaw. You got, I want to say Carver playing Lee County again. I mean, they seem to play Lee County just about every year. Harris County is playing the Manchester. That is a rivalry renewed. These two schools, and they're border counties. These two schools have played each other back in the day, and they're going to relive that rivalry. my show. He's excited about talking high school football. I mean, when it comes to high school football in the state of Georgia, my reliable source for everything high school football is John Neal.
Definitely so.
He is fantastic.
Well, that's a Football Friday, guys, and that mixes right in with all of our Football Friday shows with Rod Peterson and Braves Country Radio, always bringing you Football Friday, high school football action. He's going to every week a different team from Alabama and then Georgia, and you're going to be able every other week you're going to get to hear that all leading all the way up to kickoff this fall. So we'll have that for you. What's going on at Georgia Alabama Sports Live this week?
Well, we've got regular season baseball and we've got playoff baseball.
Woo!
Being Calvary Christian for Brookstone Calvary Christian, it's the final regular season game for Calvary before they get to the playoff game on Friday. On Wednesday, Thrift and I will have our Georgia Alabama Sports Live show live at the Beck Center on campus of St. Anne, Shelley, as we have Tim Fanning, the head baseball coach at Glenwood, and Steve Smith, the head baseball coach of Calvary Christian. They are going to be on the show. And then on Thursday, it's Glenwood first round playoff action. It's a doubleheader, game 1 and 2. And then on Friday, we got Calvary playoff baseball, game 1 and 2. Next week, we'll have Brookstone and Pacelli in the GIAA playoffs. And then, of course, on the show today, Brent and I went an hour and a half last night on the Georgia Alabama Sports Live show. I have broken that up into segments. So the first segment that's going to be aired today on WQEE is going to include River Dragons play-by-play announcer Tom Callahan, as he was on the show yesterday. And it's also going to feature Rick Beach from Kudzu Sports interviewing Coach Tony Dimitri of Harris County as they are hosting a playoff game today against Locust Grove. We got Shaw hosting a playoff game. We got Columbus hosting a playoff game. Central is hosting a playoff game on Friday. Tomorrow's show is going to have Central's baseball coach AJ Kehoe, and we're also going to wrap up that show as well. And then, it's going to be a week of busy shows. That's what I want to do, is continue to stay busy here on the Sports Beat, continuing to grind, and under the umbrella of Sports Live, trying to give you all the content that you deserve as a local sports fan, because that's basically what my show is. It's completely local.
Sounds good. I tell you what, when we come back, ladies and gentlemen, we got more on the way. We want to thank Richard for being with us. Tune in today from 2 to 3 on the network to get all of that exciting action. And hear Tom Callahan, the voice of the Columbus River Dragons, on the Sports Beat live as the River Dragons head into more playoffs. Back in a moment. All right, my brother, I appreciate it.
No problem. I'm just trying to get to work.
All right, well, have a good one, man, and let me know when we get together sometime after Monday, maybe Tuesday of next week or something like that.
I'm going to have to check my schedule. I mean, I'm trying to take some time off because I'm transitioning from the job. I haven't officially started yet. I probably won't start for another couple weeks.
Okay.
But I'm in a transition period where I'm trying to train up my replacement and start my new job.
Man, I'm glad everything's going blessing for you, my brother.
Yeah. That's the way it goes.
That is. Well, we'll definitely talk to you next Tuesday morning and everything.
Okay.
All right. You have a great day. All right. Bye.
Our services are no cost, and all of our information is available on our website at www.calgarysports.org or follow us on Facebook.
Wishbone Fried Chicken is back in a brand new location, 31 Jackson Street, Suite A here in Newton. Same great taste, the best chicken around. Fish dinners, open Monday through Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's Wishbone Fried Chicken right next door.
What's up, ABC? All right, well, we ask that question when we get coming back.
Wishbone Fried Chicken, 31 Jackson Street, Suite A here in Newton.
Want to get back to your community in a meaningful way? Cares for Kids is a Keller Williams Realty founded charity in which 100% of money raised goes directly to children in need in our area. Cares for Kids helps fund local organizations like Angel's House, County de Casa, Elevate, and more. Help Cares for Kids reach their mission of serving 1 million children. Call 678-634-9770 today to learn more on how to be involved, or text K for K Newton to 44321 today.
Tune in Thursdays from 10 a.m. to 10:30 to listen to the Sustainable Brown Girl Radio Show, hosted by me, Ariel Green. Each week, we'll learn ways to be more sustainable in our everyday lives. We'll discuss exciting environmental news, ways to get involved locally, and we'll hear from women of color who are saving the planet in their own unique
It was a
ways.
cool movie for sure.
Listen to the Sustainable Brown Girl Radio Show every Thursday at 10 a.m.
This is Dave Scott, host of Spaced Out Radio. Come join us every night starting at midnight on WQEE 99.1 FM. Together, we will head down a path of mystery and unbelievable stories of people experiencing true tales of ghosts, UFOs, monsters from the finest storytellers we know. Tune in Spaced Out Radio nightly on WQEE 99.1 FM, where together, my friends, we own the night.
NBC News Radio, I'm Mark Mayfield. The Woodward trial of former President Donald Trump is set to resume today, with the judge deciding that Trump has violated his gag order. Trump supporters say it's unconstitutional that Trump is limited to what he can talk about, while everyone else is allowed to speak freely about the case. Defense spending around the world is more than ever before. Lisa Taylor explains.
A report says military spending across the globe is at the highest levels ever on record. A new report from the Stockholm International Peace Research Institute says defense spending rose to nearly $2.5 trillion in 2023. That's a nearly 7% increase from 2022. Researchers wrote a report that the soaring spending is mostly due to the ongoing war in Ukraine and escalating tensions in Asia and the Middle East. I'm Lisa Taylor.
Shane is on his way. He's coming in the next period. So you haven't missed him. Nope. Yeah, I missed some people wanting to mess around, but you didn't miss Shane. Not yet. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back into RyanORadio Penitentiary. Yep, we got movie reviews coming up for you with Shane B in the final period. Top 10 movies, and still at number one for the second weekend in a row, 11.1 million is Civil War taking that top spot. People are still wanting to see it. Will it go a third week? Can it take a third week? We'll see, and we'll talk to Shane whether he thinks it will or not. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got a few things we'll talk about tomorrow on the show, so stay with us. But Tom Brady, man, is being roasted. Like one of them Tom Brady roasts. It's going to be streamed live on May 8th, Eastern Standard Time on Netflix. For you Tom Brady fans out there, the GOAT fans, you're going to enjoy this. Many people are going to show up. Some basketball players, football players, and comedians and more. He's going to be roasted. It's going to be a cool time. May 8th on Netflix is the debut of the Tom Brady roast. Our movie. Our question of the day is about a movie, of course. Our question of the morning, our poll question on the WQEE YouTube page is, would you like to see another Back to the Future movie? 55% of you say yes. 32% of you say no. 8% of you say maybe. And 5% of you say never. If it's done properly and utilized right in a different timeline and Marty is utilized, if they can bring Michael J. Fox back and Christopher Lloyd and utilize them with new characters playing their kids and stuff and utilize some of these people. Because I think even the woman that played Lorraine could still be, Marty's mom could still be alive. So all of that, of course, they'll let George's character die because they'll never bring back the guy that played him in it because they couldn't bring him back for the second and third one. So here's the thing. If that's done right in the timeline and the alternate timeline from the future for these guys to go back and past or whatever, it'd be great. But then you'd have to utilize who would be able to come from the original movies to be a part of it. And they have to really sign them on. I mean, the woman that played Doc's wife played his stepbrothers. Come on, she could come back for it. Shane B and I are going to discuss movies and more coming up next with our movie reviews at the top of the hour. Your top 10 movies? You want to know? I'm glad you asked. The First Omen at number 10 with 1.7 million. I don't remember what. Monkey Man at number 9 with 2.2 million. Number 8, Dune Part 2, 2.9 million. Ghostbusters Frozen Empires fell down to number 7, 4.4 million. Kung Fu Panda, number 6, 4.6 million. Spy X Family Code, 4.9 million. Minister of Welfare at number 4, 9 million. Godzilla and Kong, the New Empires at number 3 with 9.5 million. And Abigail, the new horror movie, is 10.2 million. And Civil War stays at 11.1 million week 2. We'll see if they stay at number 3. Well, there you go. I love those movies. Wouldn't mind seeing the Next Generation. Okay. All right. A collection of the Next Generation. I hear you. If they do it right, I wouldn't mind seeing it. If they try to go back and make Tom Holland, who just talked about bringing into the movie, Marty, and a new Doc, then it wouldn't be good to me. Want to see Civil War and Doom 2? I've seen Civil War. It is pretty darn good for what it is. Not political, nothing. It just makes you think, hey, you don't really want to get into war with anybody because it's not really bright to do so. Still to come, Shane B and I are going to talk more movies and more much. Get all tongue-tied. Didn't I tell you, Pete, my voice is starting to show up right there. You go. Back in a moment. WQEE 99.1 FM, Neal, Sharp, Frank, Monterey.
Protesters marched through Chinatown last night with flares on their way to MIT headquarters. Making an arrest and breaking up a protest demonstration at New York University in Manhattan earlier in the evening. Among those arrested, dozens of inline faculty members.
WQEE, good morning. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Hey, what's up, brother? I can hear you now. How you doing, brother? Uh-oh. I see you're on there, but I can't hear you. Y'all want to see all those movies? You guys want to see all those movies? Good. Rid of this. You there, brother?
Also at srnews.com, during an interview with Salem's AM 990, answer.
I hear you now. You're clicking. You're clicking.
That sound better?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
What the hell's going on?
Now you sound perfect. You said, what the hell's going on? That sounded perfect.
Changed headsets.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, it's good. We got time to do that. We're in the spots right now, so it's all good. Rid of that. Got rid of that. up here. That's all good.
Administration issued rules designed to promote the LGBT agenda in schools, but no mention of many of transgenderism in sports. Originally, they planned it on news.
All right, there we go. Oh man, what a morning. Busy morning. Really, they're gonna start calling right in the middle of this. I want to give you insurance from another country. I've already got insurance.
Music, trivia, and much more. Listen to Hollywood 360 and Radio Rarities whenever you'd like. Visit Hollywood360radio.com to subscribe. That's Hollywood360radio.com.
Are you looking for the right bank to be your partner in business? It's time to experience the difference at Southern States Bank. At Southern States Bank, we're not just your bankers, we're your partners in business. Our team is deeply rooted in the community. We take pride in providing personal service. Come to Southern States Bank where great service comes naturally. Visit today or check us out online at southernstatesbank.net and see the difference for yourself. Southern States Bank, your community, your bank, equal housing.
I don't know what comedians are going to be on that. It's going to be May 8th. It's going to be the roasting of Tom Brady on Netflix. Guys, I don't know when it's going to be. I want to know, how does the review movies, one of my listeners want to know, Shane, how do you review movies without spoiling them?
Carefully.
He says carefully. You heard him? Yeah, they heard you. They heard you.
But
Right.
like trying to talk about like cinematography, music, writing, and just don't talk about exactly what happened.
So that's how it is there, ABC. Thank you.
John B. Lewis, City Front Mortgage Service, LLC. We place you first. The views and opinions of this show and program are
All right, we're getting ready to go on, Shane.
its management or its clientele.
It's the final period of play, ladies and gentlemen, on what we like to call Twisted Tuesday. Coming up this hour, we got a lot in store for you. We go inside the movie theaters. We talk what's hot, what's not. The number one movie, will it be number one next week? Or we got another new movie coming out this weekend. We'll get all those answers and more coming up next with Shane B. It's RyanORadio Penitentiary. I'm your host of the most, the one, the only, Ryan O'Neal, and of course, 50,000 plus of you worldwide. Say that on the Shoutcast, shout it out loud. 300 people download immediately 5 minutes after the show goes off, the Spreaker, weekdays, and even more than that throughout the whole day. Also, we're on the nomination, ladies and gentlemen, out there in Arizona and beyond on Earth Rock Radio. We're at Columbia Isles of Canada, and finally, at the Talk of Atlanta, on the Jordan Communication and Family Radio Stations, 99.1 FM, WQEE, The Key, home of Southern sports, inspirational talk, and more. We got that all in store for you this hour. We're going to talk movies, shows, what's hot, what's not, and all of this is coming up. Don't you dare move away from that radio down to our haters out there. Well, I got one thing to say to you. Tell them what I'm thinking, Triple H. That's right. Whether or not they like it, I am the man around here. Please welcome to the show, as always, the man that is movie friend or foe. That's right. He's our Cisco. He's our Ebert. 2 thumbs up to good movie shows and more on Netflix, Hulu, Roku, or wherever in the movie theaters. And he'll give them the stone cold salute if they're not so good. Please welcome Shane B. Good morning, Shane.
Good morning.
How you doing this morning, my brother?
I was just staying warm.
I know, right? That gopher did it again. Where's Bill Murray when we need it? Oh my goodness. 40-something degrees out there. When I came into the studios, it was 40 degrees and it's supposed to be 70-something by midday. Well, yeah, in some areas, 70-something. So North Georgia is probably going to be 65. Oh, man. Well, of course, we're going to get into the top 10 movies and everything. Guys, you keep answering the poll question this morning. So we won't get into this discussion. Shane and I have already had a discussion about the Back to the Future movie. Would you like to see another Back to the Future movie? You guys say 54% of you say yes, 34% of you say no, 7% of you say maybe, and 5% of you say never. We've already discussed this. Shane and I have discussed it millions of times here. So if it's done right, we'll watch it. If it's done right, we'll watch it. So there you go.
It's just hard to trust Hollywood nowadays.
Yes.
What would a new Back to the Future movie look like? Would it be too political? Whoa.
We don't want that.
Will they stick to
Tradition.
And there's too much into that.
Yeah,
If you make
tradition.
another Die Hard movie, it's like, just let it rest.
Let it rest. Exactly. And good morning from everybody on the feed share. Gail, ABC, Pete, I'll say good morning to you. Shane, welcome me in. Well, Shane, I agree with you on that. Like I said, if it was a different timeline and you had Michael J. Fox involved as the father and Doc involved with his kids and his wife and bring back the original woman who played his wife, who played his stepbrothers. If you could bring back some of the original characters, Biff and everything, even Lorraine, because she'd be grandma or something. If you could bring them back and do something right with it, of course, it'd be a different day and time, a different timeline than the Back to the Future 2 timeline because they changed everything. So, and like you brought up Tom Holland as possibly being the son of Marty McFly, being Michael J. Fox's son. Something like that, I would be all right with it. But if they just rebooted it and made new characters, I wouldn't want to watch it.
Yeah. Continue the story. Don't do a remake.
And there was a portion that continued the story because Doc told Jennifer in the final scene of Back to the Future 3 that your future is what you make of it. It hasn't been written yet. So, you could go from there, but a reboot. Anyway.
Which is such a weird line to say.
Right.
Your future hasn't been written yet, but yet we went to the future and saw how your future was written.
I know, right?
But never mind that.
Never mind, because we've changed. Marty and I changed everything. So it's gonna be a different future. Sorry, because Marty went to the future and changed it. Stopped your kids from getting in trouble, going to jail. Anyway, Thor took the #1 spot for the second weekend in a row. And could we see a third weekend come up this weekend, or do we have anything coming out this weekend, Shane, that will knock it at the top spot?
It might stay there.
Okay, I could see that.
But that's a trick one, because I think this weekend was kind of that catch-up weekend.
Right.
For people that didn't see Civil War last weekend.
Yes.
Abigail, I'm surprised, didn't take the top spot.
Right.
But I just watched that this morning.
Uh-oh.
Like I said, I'm a little perplexed. It didn't take #1.
Right.
And probably because of the whole aspect. It definitely has a lot more action than Civil War does.
Well, it does, yeah. Probably so. I haven't seen it, but I agree with you. Because I watched Civil War.
We got of bandits
Uh-huh.
kidnapped the little girl,
Right.
and they did a good job with the trailer because they leave a lot on the table as to what's actually going on. We find out a dark secret. Things aren't what they seem. We got Gustavo Fring from Breaking Bad who organized all this.
Okay.
And, they kidnap the girl and they take her to another house.
Right, right.
And that's where things kick off. And we find out dirty little secrets. One weird part that didn't like is they don't want to use their real names for the sake of, somebody getting caught and ratting them out to the cops. But their real names end up getting revealed.
Right.
And they still use their fake names. It's like, wait, what? They know your real names now. Let's use our real names. The gig's up.
Exactly.
Let's little stuff like that. The things we learn about Abigail herself, I found interesting. And it just it's got the comedy. She's like a little ballerina, and she incorporates that into her killing style,
Right.
which is kind of funny at times. But overall, I liked it.
That's
I got about 15
wow.
more minutes to watch it, but I'm going to finish that today.
Right.
But everything I've seen is definitely worth a watch, and I'm happy for it to be at number 2.
Yeah. Okay.
That's fine.
Yeah. I can see it. It definitely is. If we're closer to the celebration of Halloween later this year, I'm sure it probably took them on spot. But, by the time Halloween gets here, there'll be 30 new Halloween movies out or, named Halloween or something. But, but still, good to hear that. That's of course, it come in at number 2. There's another new movie out at number 4. Have you heard of this one?
Oh, Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare.
Yes, Ungentlemanly Warfare. Yes. What is this about? Have you heard anything?
This was recommended to me by a friend.
Uh-oh.
And I went ahead and checked it out.
Okay.
This is Guy Ritchie.
Okay.
Good old Guy Ritchie directing.
Okay, Guy Ritchie.
This is based on a true story.
Okay.
It's a plot by a secret Britain force of like 5 guys. Hold on, I got their names right here. Recognize. Starring Henry Cavill as our main. I guess you call him the leader of this group.
Okay.
Alan Richardson, who plays Jack Reacher in the new Jack Reacher series.
Okay. Okay.
Have Alex Pettyfair, who I don't know if you remember the movie I Am Number 4.
Sort of, kind of.
He was number 4.
Okay.
He wrote Tiffin, he was in The Woman King, and Asians, and did
Okay.
It's these 5 guys that get some help from Isa Gonzalez. She was in Alita Battle Angel. I believe she was the right-hand man, or the right-hand woman. No, she wasn't. Oh, she was somebody in Alita Battle Angel. And Babs, what a last name this guy. Olusan Mokun.
Say that 5 times fast.
From Dune 1 and 2.
Okay.
Frank Kenner, who plays Winston Churchill from basically in all the Daniel Craig, James Bond movies. And also a face I haven't seen in not too long. submarines, U-boats. So what they want to do is to cut off the supply to the U-boats. They figure if they can stop the supply, they can slow down the U-boats. And plus they're trying to get America to enter the war with them. So it follows these main five guys, and their whole thing is if they get caught, they'll all be basically tried for treason by the Britain government. So they have to do everything hush hush. And it's got some really good humor. It has a Inglourious Bastards kind of feel.
Okay.
But I think I enjoyed this movie more than Inglourious. Just the action, the stealth kills they pull off, sound design, explosions, stuff, just the things they're doing throughout this movie. It's like you wouldn't think these five guys would pull this off, but they end up getting help from an African prince. So it's like, okay, that adds a little bit.
All right.
That can get 12 more men out of that. And it was just it was a fun watch. I forgot to look up the actual story, but at the end of the movie, they do go through the actual guys that were involved and showed what happened to them. What happened to them afterwards, after this mission was taken on. But it almost has like I don't want to say A-team feel to it, but kind of like an A-team of the losers.
Okay.
Each guy has a specialized talent.
Okay, I like that. So far, I like that you can compare it to that without it going to an original movie or it's got its own original. So far, what you're saying, I'm interested in watching this movie. I mean, definitely.
Yeah, it's a 2-hour movie.
Okay, not too bad.
Yeah, it doesn't. I didn't even notice the time going by because I was too interested in what was going on screen.
Awesome.
And, like even with the slow parts they have with there's the other guy, Babs, like they're doing their own thing, kind of moving ahead of the group of guys to set them up to get to where they need to be. Teamwork.
All right.
Action, great music. Operation Postmaster. That's what the mission was called.
Okay.
I'm going to take some time and look into this actual story.
Okay.
And find out more about it, just to get a chance.
I love this. I really do. This movie sounds like one of the best movies to come out in a long time. It's got an interesting storyline so far. People working together. It kind of gives you that old type of feel action movie.
Yeah, I'm a little shocked it didn't do better than it did.
Right.
I figured it would have come out ahead of Abigail.
Yeah. And it might next week. Yeah.
I don't think many people heard about this movie.
That's it.
I think I only saw an ad for it once, and it was just kind of in the back of my mind. And then, a buddy reminded me about it. He's like, "Oh man, have you checked this movie out? If you like Guy Ritchie, you're gonna love this movie." I was like, "All right, check it out." And yeah.
Well, I tell you what, it sounds like a good movie. We're gonna get back here and talk some more movies, more shows, what's hot, what's not. Guys, thank you for the questions and all the stuff that you got going over there. Love to hear what's going on. Hard to hear Shane over the mechanics solid work. Will you tell them to turn it down? Back in a moment, more with Shane. What in the world is he calling for?
Monthly employee pest control services, plus specific services like baby toilet hugs and flea control. Even if you can't see them, insects are all around you 24/7.
I told them to turn down the saw at his. Pete, tell your boss that it's more important to listen to the movie reviews than to work. Really and truly, they're going to keep on when nobody's answering. That means. Let's see here.
We help those who are struggling with their faith or have doubts through discussion, inspirational stories, and contemporary Christian music.
Wow, that's a lot.
Sunday mornings at 9:30 a.m. right here on WQEE. Hello, everyone. This is DJ Commando of 40.
All right, we're getting ready to come back.
You're listening to WQEE 99.1 FM, Noonan, Georgia.
Welcome back into RyanORadio Penitentiary, ladies and gentlemen. You are tuned in here with us. We're about 25 minutes past the hour. Current conditions around the area is about 44 degrees right now in my neck of the woods. It's pretty cool out there. That groundhog did it again. Yeah, we want to thank him for predicting a early spring and having a few more cold days. But just think, it's Georgia weather. By this afternoon, you'll be taking off those heavy coats and putting on shorts and flip-flops. That's just how it is. It's Georgia weather. Well, we're going to get back into movie reviews. Of course, your weather for your type of temperature brought to you by Active Pest Control, 34 Jefferson Street in Noonan. All right, Shane. It's cool on the outside, but warm on the inside, and soon to be flip-flop weather by. And what's up on 26th? That might do well.
Boy Kills World with Bill Skarsgård.
Okay.
But look at the trailers for this. Looks like it's going to be a nice blood fest.
Uh-oh.
But he plays a deaf character whose family got murdered, and he's been trained by this like shaman to get his revenge and help control his overactive imagination. But you watch the trailer, it's just non-stop violence.
Wow.
This is supposed to hit theaters, a 2-hour movie. I don't know if they'll take the #1 spot.
Nah, I don't think.
Probably have some contention.
I could see that, yes.
But with a title like it has, I don't know.
You never know. You just never know. But it's probably not going to take the #1 spot unless everybody's just done with Abigail and Civil War by then, or whatever else pops up, So, yep. So, well, let's talk about what's hot, what's not in the world of programs, TV programs, Hulu, Netflix, Roku, Docs, anything that's going on like that.
Well, if we tell you what's not hot,
Georgia.
It's bombarded by negative critic reviews. Rebel Rebel Moon.
What?
This Rebel Moon, the Scar Giver. And it's like, oh, okay, well, why do we call it Scar Giver? Oh, because one of the characters gave our villain a scar. Fascinating.
Okay.
I am not a fan of Rotten Tomatoes whatsoever, but I can't stop hearing shut up about it. Say, oh, we got an 18% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's like, well, what does that really mean?
Thank you. What does that really mean?
I was like, you know what? If Rotten Tomatoes gives something a bad score, I gotta watch it because it's probably good.
Thank you.
Not this one.
Uh-oh, they got something right for a change.
This is Zack Snyder again.
All right.
Trying to be Star Wars. And just failing. Kind of that, not just Star Wars, kind of like the Disney aspect of Star Wars.
Oh, no.
Character has their little sad story, and they come together to fight the big evil power in space. Snyder's getting criticized over this because he won't listen to the fans. There's a lot of fan outcry when Rebel Moon Part 1 came out. This same thing. This late movie. It's like, listen to us, and he just doesn't care.
Exactly.
You had a whole superhero franchise. You were at the helm of it, and you ruined that. There's a shot in the opening of this movie. It looks like it's just, I don't know why I just noticed this and it bothered me, but it looks like the camera has a scratch on it. I was like, was that intentional, or was that just something y'all didn't care about?
Ooh.
We have a character that looks like a bootleg Furiosa. Which, I find it kind of insulting, because I enjoyed Charlize Theron as Furiosa.
Right.
She's about to get she is the character Furiosa is about to get a prequel movie, The Orange. I was like, okay, I see why you recast her. They probably couldn't afford Theron, or they just wanted to go with somebody younger.
That sounds about right.
There are people in this movie that they just come back to life, and it's not really explained. It's just like, okay, why? A lot of and Zach thinks they get away with a director's cut of this. A director's cut that nobody wants. It's like, this isn't Justice League, all right? Just your movie's already getting bad press. Oh, I gotta do a director's cut. So what we're gonna have in a director's cut, what we're worried about is this movie has a lot of shots of people harvesting wheat and milling the wheat. And a lot of it is in slow motion.
Right.
It's like, you're just killing time. You're just padding out this runtime. So what, your director's cut's gonna have more of that? The same way they did with Justice League, particularly the bank robbery scene. How in the first cut of that, the guys go into the bank, they get to business, they get to the point. But in the Snyder cut, you gotta watch these guys go through the door, close the door, walk up every single step. It's just pattern. It's almost 4 hours long.
Oh, my Lord, too long. I don't have 4 hours to waste.
The clunky two characters that get intimate and they recap the events of the first movie. It's like, hey, in case you didn't see the first one, we're going to tell you
What happened?
everything that happened.
Oh, that took an hour.
That's not the only time that happens in this movie. There's another scene where all the main characters are sitting around and they're giving their backstories. It's like, yeah, we know. This is the first movie. We get it. Killing time. They try to make a hero out of a villain. Yeah, too much slow. But this one, I just said, I mean, maybe
Heck with it.
like the first one.
Right.
Check this one out. There's an unrealistic time frame of there was a similar episode of The Mandalorian.
Okay.
Movie does where the town folk have to get ready and train to fight against the big enemy, and they do it in like 2 days. It's like, really? You're not ready? They build a network of tunnels in 2 days. Like, no, that's just unrealistic.
Yes. Well, to me, it sounds about like I don't want to watch it. So.
And of course, we couldn't do this movie without the good old woman empowerment. I mean, it's fine to have strong female characters, but this movie has specifically one girl who has never shot a gun in her life, but all of a sudden she can shoot a gun better than a guy who's a military soldier. And it's just like, all right, I'm done. It's just, you're pushing it too hard. The music is so out of place in this. There's a part where they're doing like a ship dedication. This is supposed to be a momentous occasion.
Right.
They're just playing this sad music over it.
Oh.
And what makes it even more infuriating is the people playing the music, they have bags over their heads. But as the scene tries to intensify, the music intensifies. And it's like, you people can't see what's going on. So how do you know to make the music more dramatic? Y'all can't even see what's going on. It just made no sense. It's just another failure for the camp of Zack Snyder.
Well, sounds like too long for me to watch. So we'll see what else we got going on. What is good that we can watch? What is hot we can watch?
You know what? I tell you what. I finally watched the new edition of Color Purple.
All right. I don't hear about this. You said people in your family liked it.
The old movie,
I do.
The novel,
Mm-hmm.
highly recommend it. I was shocked. I was
What?
entertained what would be.
Guys, this says a lot.
They tastefully combined the original movie, the book, and the stage play.
Really?
Yeah, they did a real good job sticking to the old movie, reusing a lot of lines. They followed it pretty much beat for beat. They changed some things, and I can always excuse that for being like, okay, that's something from the stage play, but it still fit. Everybody was cast perfectly, I believe. It's a musical. It's like, okay, fair enough. I'm thinking that's going to annoy me probably more than anything, but the music is proper.
Okay.
When a serious plot point or a moment happens in the movie that's a major part of the story, that's when they'll sing it out.
Okay.
It
fits. Okay.
It worked. It made
Right.
sense. It's like it wasn't just unnecessary singing.
this. I love hearing this. I love hearing it.
For that, and yeah, like I said, I was protesting this movie.
I know you were.
Till my sister told me about it. She liked it. I trust her opinion on movies.
Right.
So I was like, all right, let me check this thing out. And yes, I was pleasantly surprised and entertained.
Well, that's good to know. That is good to know that this was not an embarrassment to the original movie. It combined the original movie, the stage play, and the book together to give you that right feel. So, yeah, I definitely want everybody to check it out, The Color Purple. Before we go into anything else, before we get any further, I have already seen the trailers to The Fall Guy, and I don't want to see the movie.
May 3rd, we get The Fall Guy. I'm still a little on the fence. Probably gonna go ahead and watch it just to see how silly it's gonna be.
And nothing against Ryan. I love the guy. He just did that Barbie movie, of course. I didn't watch that, but I'm just saying, nothing against him. It's just, it doesn't feel like the movie. I mean, it doesn't feel like the original series. If you come up with a different name for this as The Stuntman or something, I probably would want to watch it. But just knowing that in the back of my head, I've got that predetermined notion that this is called The Fall Guy. Nothing like it. So.
Another thing of Hollywood ideas trying to make something that was good and fail.
Right.
Well, just leave the classic stuff alone. But they don't know how to do that.
Yeah. I mean, if it was called The Stuntman or anything else, Hollywood Stuntman or Hollywood Fall Guy or, anything like that. And even if they still use the same name, I wouldn't care. But it's just that the original Fall Guy, I mean, when they redid the Dukes of Hazzard in a different way, it was good. With Johnny Knoxville, I kind of liked him. When they redid a few other movies, kind of liked it. Lee Majors was old in that movie, and now we got a young guy, so it just fits. I think that's what I'm judging. I'm judging that the character's not old enough to be the Fall Guy. And I just couldn't believe him being tough enough to be a bounty hunter either. Lee Majors, yeah. Ryan and the guys, no.
And we got our first trailer out now.
Uh-oh.
Speaking of not leaving stuff alone, this movie that a lot of people were hoping they wouldn't make it. Nobody wanted this.
Right.
But Joker did.
Uh-oh.
Joker 2.
That
is the trailer out.
Uh-oh. Yes.
And I'll say I'm excited about this. DC female character.
And yes, I agree.
We got Lady Gaga.
What?
Portraying her. I am not a fan of Lady Gaga at all.
Her nose fits this part.
Acting, singing, I don't care for anything she does. And clearly in the trailer, you see they changed her backstory, which seems fine because Joker himself really doesn't have a backstory.
Nope. Never had. Nope.
Well, they took their liberties with that, but I figured you could at least stay honest to Harley Quinn. I mean,
right.
They did it in Suicide Squad. Show them respect. Oh no, we're going to take some liberties. And this is being directed by the same guy again.
Right.
And it's a musical.
Oh, that's what one of my listeners said. He was excited about it being a musical. Oh, no. You know me, I'm not into musicals. So. Sound of Music.
Yeah. What I'm getting from the rumor mill and people that have caught some leaks
Uh-huh.
is this is not exactly supposed to be a direct sequel.
Okay.
First movie. This is
Okay.
supposed to be something that's more or less going on inside his head.
Okay. Okay.
If you were by him being an unreliable narrator in the first movie, it's like this one's gonna really tick you off.
Wow. Wow, it's going on in his head and musical in his head. How many people? Never mind. I don't know. There might be some people out there that have musical in their head. Musicals. Do you think that they're going to, at the end of this movie, have the guy that's, portraying Joker and talking, it being in his head? Are we going to see him at the end of this movie where he's just wrapped in he's in an insane asylum and he's all in a straight jacket? Do you think they're going to end the movie like that, or,
That's what I'd like to see.
Yeah.
Give me some clarification.
Yeah.
But as twisted as the first movie was, it's like what's real, what's not, what's going on inside his head.
Right.
I think this one's going to be a little more confusing.
Oh no.
Even though it might be a little more straight to the point of saying, yeah, this is going on inside his head. There's a shot in the trailer where he's on stage and he's like a talk show or something. There's a big lit sign that says, Joker and Harley. I was just like, okay, well, that's definitely got to be in your head. But there's a lot of shots of him in prison.
Okay.
Even the one shot I keep hearing people talk about is one shot where Harley is visiting him in prison and she draws like a little red smile with the glass and he moves his head over and it imitates
him
kind of smile.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like maybe that did actually happen. But for all the singing that's going to be in this, I'm thinking all that's going to be in his head. And then I'm worried about, well, I know stuff is going to be going on in his head. What about her head?
Good point.
Like how much of her is going to be real in this movie? Or is he just imagining her?
All of it. Is it all of it just, yeah, you're right. Is it all just an imagination? And in the end, he's in the asylum up there and he's in a straitjacket laughing. And then we have a background of a guy, of Batman, not just, somebody standing in a bat suit with the bat suit pointed towards the camera, and Joker all in a straitjacket and behind, not bars, behind a big glass. And then you got all these people. Yeah.
I think this movie will probably hang out at number one for one weekend. Just because of curiosity. People are going to see it. I think half the people are not going to like it. I don't think I'm going to like it.
Yeah, it's going to be hard for you to get through so you can talk about it. But you're going to want to try to get through to talk about it so that.
We got some time till it comes out. It doesn't come out till this fall.
All right, that's
got
good.
Enough time for like 2 more trailers.
Yeah.
That they're going to do. First trailer that they've released now, it pretty much gets to the gist of what you could probably expect.
Right. Well, it sounds like there's some good stuff and some bad stuff going on in the world of movies and television and all this good stuff. As we get ready to close out, Shane, tell everybody how they can follow you, all that good stuff, and anything else you want them to know.
We are Sick2210 on YouTube. Fallout show, we talked about that. It's still getting great reviews. I'm learning more and more from more people that are fans of the game. They're pointing out stuff to me that they actually had a lot of stuff from the games.
Okay.
In the show, these hardcore fans of the game, they actually love it.
Okay.
I haven't heard anybody hate it.
Good.
That's on Amazon. Parish, new episode out now on AMC. Check that out with Gustavo Fring from Breaking Bad.
Okay.
That show is just, I don't know, it just keeps getting better.
Cool. Got to check it out.
Highly recommended.
Excellent.
And yeah, we're going to wait on this
Yes.
Can't wait to see what comics they bring in. Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know who they're gonna bring in comedian wise. Who's gonna do it? You know, I'd love for them to bring Cat Williams in or Dave Chappelle.
Oh, there's a possibility we could see a Cat Williams being a part of this.
Yeah. Well, we know you have a lot of different people in there and everything. I can't wait for this. You know, Tom Brady, one of the greats, and I think it's gonna be out May 8th on Netflix. So, yeah. All right. Well, guys, make sure you follow Shane and all that good stuff. We're gonna take a break. When we return, we're closing out after this. All right, brother. That was good as always.
Oh, good time.
Woo. Well,
Let's just get off movies, see where this ends up.
hopefully it ends good. Hopefully it's not a good movie all the way, and then at the end you go, "What did they just do?" You know, it's going to lead into if it's that good, it's going to lead into a part 2 somewhere.
Yeah, I didn't want to say it on air. They find out this girl is like centuries years old. Like,
Okay. Makes sense. That explains the whole thing. Yes. All right, brother. I'll let you get back to it and enjoy your day. Hopefully it starts warming up soon.
Oh, yeah. Have a good one.
All right, brother. Talk to you next week.
All right.
Bye. That's our friend Shane B. Yeah, they're pretty much different from back then, but I never was into the old Mission Impossible shows, so I really can't compare and contrast. Tom Cruise he always does a pretty good job in most of his movies. Shane give you the one, he'll tell you this Mission Impossible good, that one's not, this one's good. So, you're not interested in the Fall Guy. I'm not, because I guess it's not the actor. It's just I wanted an older actor to portray him, because when the Fall Guy started, you know, the guy was an older guy. The Bionic Man, Lee Majors, starred as him. Wasn't a young studly guy trying to get women. He was just an old guy getting women. Yeah, because I'm not offended by the movie. It just don't look like the Fall Guy to me. I mean, I like Ryan Gosling. You know, I think he does a great job. And the movie's probably going to be a good movie. It's just that if it had been an older actor playing him, maybe a Tom Cruise or a Brad Pitt, I could have probably. But Lee Majors, you go back and look at him, he wasn't a studly looking guy during that show. He had a little weight on him, you know. Well, as the show progressed, he got a little weight on him. And Lee Majors looks like the kind of guy that when he punches you, you're going to get hurt. Ryan Gosling looks like the type of guy, he punches you, it's going to be like, eh. But it's probably going to be a good movie because of who's in it.
Of a 45's Affair radio show where I play all Final 45s. You're listening to WQEE 99.1 FM, Newton, Georgia.
Welcome back in RyanORadio Penitentiary. We thank you guys for being with us this morning. Oh, yeah. Nothing but a good time with you. We appreciate you guys and everything. We're going to do more movie reviews next week. On tomorrow's show, we go inside the professor's classroom. We Horrifying History 101 for you. As Horrifying History host, Brenda Gasky joins us tomorrow morning, and she's going to join us, and we're going to talk about another history moment where the history books are stained by the blood of the unknown and unsolvable. We'll talk more about that coming up tomorrow morning on the show. True Crime Thursday, and then Friday I'll be the TGIF getting ready for the weekend show. So we'll get all that going on the RyanORadio Penitentiary. Holly doesn't like Tom Cruise. Watch your mouth. She don't like Tom Cruise. Well, she likes a lot of other people, so, we'll be all right, I guess. Lee Majors has a cameo in the new Fall Guy movie. I'm going to have to check that out. I'm going to have to read about it. He was the original Fall Guy, so. I love the series. I've watched the series different times. I don't rewatch it now like I do WKRP or Hogan's Heroes or A-Team or anything like that. It was a series I could watch one time and be done with, and I haven't watched it in a while, but you can go back and fall. But I'm just thinking that, I just don't want it to mess up Ryan Gosling and everybody go. People that used to watch that show because I don't like this movie. He ruined it. And it's like, well, he didn't ruin it. It's just a different take on it, I guess, but I just don't know. Passing the torch. It'd be great if Lee Majors comes back as his character in the Fall Guy, and this guy's a different character. Now, that's fine. It's like I said with the Back to the Future movies. If you pass the torch and everything, if he's the original Fall Guy and he's the original Fall Guy, then if he's his original character, Colt Stevens, the unknown stuntman, and they actually use his song for the movie, and everything, and he comes back, and maybe a few people from the original series makes it. I'm good with it. I like the Mission Impossible movies and watch the show all the time. Okay, good. I'm glad that they're pretty comparable. All right, guys, would you like to see another Back to the Future movie? 51% of you say yes. 36% of you say no. 7% of you say maybe. And another 7% says never. If it's done right, I say yes. Wow, we had a lot of people vote on that this morning. We know what people like to talk about. We know what they like to talk about. So there you go. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we thank you for being with us. Stay tuned for last hour broadcast with Deborah Harris, following us at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The best sports lineup in the business, 12 to 2, the Rod Peterson Show, 2 to 3, the Sports Beat Richard Holdridge, and 3 to 5 is Braves Country Radio Live. So get ready for all of that. And we're going to see you tomorrow morning on the Wednesday edition of your favorite radio show. Until we meet again, this is Ryan O'Neal saying peace, love, respect. I'm out of here. Treat one another with the most respect you can. Be respectful and start watching the real news, which is RyanORadio Penitentiary and WQEE Radio. See ya on Wednesday. You have a safe day as well. Got to put some things on here, get ready. Until we meet again, have a great and wonderful day. 45 people. Wow.